The world always changes, but one thing is still the same. Even the strongest pass through Oz Gate. So when you fight, fight with honor, because cowards die forgotten, and we wait for you. On the other side.
When will you pass through?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday, dear Steve. Happy birthday to you.
You're going to give points or take them away.
Thank you, guys.
To a very great GM.
Welcome to Shadows of Archonia 2. My name is Steve Boshier. I'll be your game master for the evening as we play our weekly Worlds Without Number live stream campaign. Let's get your names, guys.
My name is Alan. I'll be playing Eddie Bones.
My name is Yuri, playing Sally One Eye, the captain, the warrior.
What are you?
Captain.
Captain Warrior.
You're just a captain again.
My name is Max. I am currently stepping stone as an third for Dorian.
I am Sarah. I am playing teacher, currently carrying Anne and Beck as my personal pet rock in a bag. So
All
it's
true.
great. Yes.
Unfortunately, all true.
All true.
All right. So, if you don't know this channel, this is Shadows of Archonia, and you are watching the Shadows of Archonia 2 campaign. On Friday nights like tonight, we play a lot of games, most of them set in the world of Archonia, and mostly this one. Long campaign. This is episode 36 of it. Thank you, Misery, for the sub and the birthday wishes.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Where was I? Oh yeah, on Monday nights we have a whole other show called Tales from the Backlog where we try out lots of different games, lots of different settings, rotating cast of players. Interestingly, there was no episode this week because we were in the middle of a Call of Cthulhu game being run by Alan here, who got a job working Monday nights. So,
Boo this man! Sucks that
makeup session tomorrow night.
Tough that you have to
for
make
that.
money to survive.
If you'd like to talk to us some more, if you like the show and you want to hang out with us, come join our Discord. There's the link in the Twitch chat. Why am I getting no data to YouTube?
Oh.
Anyone check the YouTube?
Yeah.
Yep, it's going.
Oh, all
I
right.
have it on my phone right now.
Maybe I just need to reload that little widget. Anyway, yeah, come join our Discord, please, if you haven't already. If you are watching on Twitch, be aware that we have a YouTube channel. Here's the link for that. All of our back episodes are there. You can binge whenever. We have a Patreon link as well. Put that in there. As you might expect, it's patreon.com/Shadows of Archonia. Every little bit helps. Someday, maybe I won't be running tech while I'm also doing announcements.
One day.
One day. And yeah, so there's that. Come hang out with us in the Discord. We appreciate it. Before we get going, I want to do a little bit more business. You guys saw me put a coin in the cup just now. This is a cup full of coins that are our meta currency. Thank you, Misery. Confirms we're live on YouTube as well.
Thank you.
I allow the players to earn these for great deeds and wonders that they see in game, as well as the occasional out of game favors. So here we go. Alan and Yuri both appeared on Tales from the Backlog since the last time we played this campaign. Woo! And I'm going to give you the preemptive ones for tomorrow night, since that should have been already happened. Additionally, we have a standing coins for Red Bull deal going for all of our players. And even though the Red Bulls were given yesterday, I did drink them today. So Sarah got you guys 2 coins.
Wow.
Sarah.
Sarah.
Hey, this is
Yeah.
the advantage of me at the table. Does this mean that every time you...
Here is the cup. You can have it. Okay.
You were gonna cheer that? You're like, dude, yeah.
All right.
I married you. Can I get a coin for that? I don't think I've ever gotten a coin for that.
I can propose to you right now. Can I get a coin for that?
No.
Pass back in. It's all worth it.
Gotta draw the line somewhere. So you guys are loaded up with coins. A lot's going on. A lot's going on in the story right now. I'm gonna go ahead and switch to a little bit more chill music here. A little ambience.
For a little
Oh
recap.
yeah.
Ambiance.
There's something stressful. We're about
I'm
to
gonna
get...
refresh that widget that's saying no data to YouTube, even though there is.
Yeah.
Don't know what's going on. Anyway, maybe it means no data from YouTube. So, last episode, we had a number of revelations, one of which you can already see on screen under Teacher's name tag. It was revealed that Teacher is, in fact, a true AI. A creature man-made. Or person-made?
I mean, technically, aren't we
Person-made?
all man-made? You know,
No. No.
and women-made.
No.
There is... Yes.
You are not allowed to teach philosophy.
Mankind.
You
I
don't even
think
know
I
philosophy.
am allowed to teach philosophy. I can teach anything I want.
Humankind.
Humankind. Person-kind. Well, that's the thing. There's like elves and dwarves and stuff too, so... Person-made... Anyway. She's a robot. We found that out last week, thanks to Abroxiel's presence. And after finding that out, we learned something related, which was only discoverable after knowing what Teacher is, which is that the bindstones, the Omnium bindstones, are part technological because she was able to hack them.
Woo! Wow.
This
Planet.
tipped off Abroxiel, who was present at the time, to the biggest reason, or one of the big reasons, why the original working created by Asarius, that created the Bindstones and created the spell that mind wipes people into trapping gods in the Bindstone, why it was never detectable for 2 million years. The most powerful creatures in the universe could not track down this thing, could not break this spell. The reason is, it's only partly a spell. There's technology involved too. They were doing it wrong. Now we know. We still don't have the ability to detect it or break people out, but that's a major step closer. In the process of talking to Anon Beck III through a stone,
You look lovely, by the way.
yeah, it was determined it was determined that the gang needed to head to Linormyr, which is significant in 2 ways to the backstory of the party. One, it is where Asarius lived as an Arctic fox for many years before summoning Renly as his familiar and moving to Lowlight to join the Atheum Cabal. I'm forgetting the names. The second reason is that the former princess, now queen of Linormyr, is the betrothed of Annenbeck III. Is or was status unknown, given that He was framed for the murder of his father, ran away and disappeared, also in love with someone else, and she's aware of it, and
Awkward.
is now queen and makes her own damn decisions.
Go off, Green.
Yeah,
And her name is?
Manalia.
Yeah. Nocera. Manalia Nocera.
Manalia, no Sarah. I had forgotten.
Oh,
earlier,
the
that's why.
anti-Sarah continues.
That was established before.
Yeah, what's going on here?
He's very bitter about that dog, Sarah. Very bitter.
I like that dog.
Well,
Anyway.
in addition, we have this other little issue. She doesn't know whether to believe you guys because Annenbeck III is not with you, as far as she can
That's
tell.
acceptable.
She has absolutely no clue who Teacher is. She asked several times and never got a straight answer. She's heard of Eddie Bones and Sally One Eye. Only through reports from a field does she have any hint that you are who you say you are in relation to Annan. You have a document that proves you are in his employ, but it still doesn't answer the question of where the hell he is. You guys were silent on that. However, she was inclined to listen to you for reasons she herself could not explain. And she determined that she would summon her own teacher, someone whose advice she trusts, to give her counsel on whether to help you or not. You guys were, of course, requesting repairs for the Wayfarer. She told you that there is a commoner here in Linormyr, a wise man, not a wizard or a magician of any sort, and not even a noble, but still someone that even the Queen of Linormyr will listen to. And she sent for him, a man by the name of Corinthian Briar. He has about half an hour, probably, before he is in the room with you. So
We're still in her palace.
we are picking up right where we left off. You're in the audience chamber with her. Is there anything you'd like to do while you all sit around and wait? Do you have anything else to say to Manalia while you wait for Corinthian, or do you want to request dismissal from her presence, or what?
Eddie will ask her. I'm sorry, I'm a little confused on how Eric. It was Eric that she knew, right?
You know, Annan.
Annan, sorry, I keep getting those mixed up.
Eric was his in hiding name,
Yeah.
which he's abandoned.
How Annan was arranged to marry you. Who set that up?
Our fathers.
Yes. And why did they choose Annan?
Lowlight is a powerful nation in the east of the Grey Sea. It is perhaps a bit isolationist compared to some of the others, but it is dominant in the area. It was a good match for me, politically.
So a good match for your fathers.
Yes, that is how these things work. Why do you ask?
Oh, I'm just not used to the customs here. I am curious, and also, just curious if you actually like Annan.
I knew him briefly, and I can say I did not dislike him. On the list of people a princess might be betrothed to, he was acceptable.
And if he was here, would you still want to go through with the arrangement?
If he were here, I would question what's in it for me, since he no longer rules anything.
No. We are on a quest to help and then get back his land.
So you've said.
Yes. And so it might be an investment worth having.
Noted. And how did you, Eddie Bones, come to be in the employ of a king?
I would say it was from destiny. A fated encounter with him. Met, what was the place we met at? The
Crystal Shore.
Crystal Shore. Yes.
No, actually, you guys met at, I'll bring it up.
You're right. You're right. Different.
Crystal Shore was where you were in
Archona.
Valcorna, yeah. Crystal Shore was episode 1. Episode 0, which was off camera, was Valcorna.
So Valcorna, and I had washed up ashore, almost died in a shipwreck. And I happened to fall into his company with my friend here, Sally.
Would this be the shipwreck that you were the only survivor of? The reason they call you the Cursed Man?
It could be that one. I have been part of a couple shipwrecks, but
So I hear.
But it has been quite the journey so far, and I do not regret being in the same council as Anna.
Captain One Eye, do you wish to be dismissed while we wait for my teacher?
Well, how long will it take for him to get here?
He lives in town, but who knows how long it may take my men to track him down.
Well, I suppose we can be dismissed, but then would we just wait in the waiting room, or would we wait in town?
It is truly none of my concern once you leave this room.
We are at your pleasure, your grace.
You are dismissed.
Alright. Guess we just wait outside.
Oh, does she give like a letter so she could help us with repairs at the dock?
No, that's exactly what she wants to ask Corinthian about.
Mm.
Is if she should trust you enough to help you.
Can we at least get a letter so we can come back in here without having to answer to the guards?
Oh, well, you're not coming back till she sends for you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
It's not like going through airport security.
Eddie, teacher, looks like we have some time on our hands. We could go together, stay together, or...
I say stay together.
Turn that down.
I mean,
yeah, so what do you guys want to do? You're in a rock. You can't do anything. The rest of you, what do you want to do?
I guess we can. I guess
Actually, I am going to pull out Aaron Rock here and say, how do you feel that went?
Aaron Rock?
Or no,
Annan.
Annan Beck? Annan Rock.
Aaron Rock.
Yeah.
Annan Brock. Sorry, not Aaron. Annan.
Okay, so here's
Annan the
what
Rock.
I'm going to need from you. A program check.
Okie dokie. This is
Intelligence plus
Sorry.
program.
floating in another space.
2d6s, right?
Yes, 2d6 plus your intelligence skill, or plus your intelligence score, or modifier.
Ooh, that's gonna be a 1 and a 2 on the dice. So, that's gonna be a 3.
All right. Really? You only have... You have 0 in program and intelligence?
Well, yeah, because I have 1 in program, or I mean, I took 1 point in program, which brings me to 0.
And adding your
And-
intelligence?
My intelligence is 0.
really.
I went high
Didn't know that.
intelligence. I went high whiz, low intelligence because I don't remember anything.
Well, you are still functional enough to understand this. You are being opposed.
No.
You assume he can still hear you, But if you recall from last time, you were only able to understand him by reading the database tables and interpreting them. They are changing.
Intrusion.
You are not able to read anything in them clearly enough to understand what he might be saying in it.
Something is wrong. Somebody is interfering with my ability to speak with Annan. Eric. Ori?
Well, I wish we could help you, but we don't
No,
know
you
how those,
can't.
how those. Yeah, we
I
don't
mean,
know
I
how
don't
these things
think
work.
shaking it will help, will it?
That doesn't.
No.
It's an ethereal sort of.
I'm just kind of floating in there.
Sure.
Well, what would Annan do in this case?
Probably curse at someone.
Too real.
No.
Anyway, you guys are no longer in contact with him.
Well,
Well, let's see. What do you know of gambling, teacher? And dice and knucklebones.
I'm reasonably good at mathematical odds, and I believe it is a truism that the house always wins.
Quite right. I think it's time for you to learn.
So you guys are standing in the sort of antechamber of the
Oh, I
throne
thought we
room.
were outside by now.
Well, you
I
never
wouldn't
told
have-
me you were walking out.
You said
so
we had to leave entirely, so
I said you had to leave her presence. That's out of the room.
I thought we were.
I also
Yeah.
assumed it was outside.
From what you.
Well, you guys may be outside, but you are still in front of the palace at this point. As you hear the tapping of a cane approaching on the cobblestones.
Tap tap tap.
Tap, tap,
And looking up,
Oh no,
you see a newcomer.
he's got a prop.
Oh, see. So,
That
guys, where
is the
should
man
we
that you
go?
see.
What you see?
He is
This is what you get.
blindfolded. In fact, by the way he's using his cane, you understand that he is blind. And he is accompanied by the guard that was sent out to find Corinthian Briar. So you know that that's who this is.
What was his full name again?
Corinthian Briar.
Briar?
Briar.
I say, Captain, this might be that Briar fella.
The one that
you
we're
hear
waiting
someone
for.
say your name, Corinthian.
Guard.
Yes?
I did hear someone say my full name. Who do you see around us?
I see a scarred man and two women.
Hello.
Well, howdy.
Are you the Queen's teacher?
Yes, I'm being called to the Queen right now, so if you'll excuse me, it's a
Well,
pleasure to meet you.
if you don't mind, we were actually the ones.
I see you're asking for an oracle. I know my name's kind of common here.
You're an oracle. Do you know Lucinda?
I'm quite busy as of right now. If you'll excuse me, I have business to attend with the Queen.
See you soon.
I'll see you soon. Once I'm out, if you can find me, I can give you an oracle. It will take about 24 hours, but that's neither here nor there. Pleasure to meet you.
Not as good as Lucinda.
Before he leaves, I want to use my healer's eye on him.
Okay.
Does he have any disabilities? Is he really blind?
He is blind. His eyes do not work. In fact, you suspect he has no eyes.
Anything else about his body that seems off?
No, he is probably mid-50s, we said. And he has the cane, but there's nothing wrong with his legs or anything. It's just to feel around. That's it. Other than the blindness, you see nothing wrong.
What's your max HP?
I don't have one. Just kidding. 32.
I was about to say he's not a particularly powerful combatant in terms of physicality, but he's in good health. other than having
Does he have scars on him?
not that you can see, or not more than your average person would have from accidents and things, you know.
Okay.
I would like to, as he goes by, roll a notice check.
Sure.
I
What are you
would
looking-
specifically like to examine him for clues as to what kind of learning he might have. If there's anything that would suggest to me he might be, he just said he could do an oracle, which suggests folkloric kind of traditions. But just anything I can pick up about him, his, like if he has religious bent, if he has a folkloric bent, if he has, I don't know, a sort of a folksy herbalist.
I would say the question you're asking cannot be answered with a notice check by looking
Okay.
at him. If you want to know
Fair.
things about his beliefs, you have to talk to him.
That's fair. Then I will try to pick up any clues I can from his clothing and his mannerisms.
Okay, you can roll that.
Robert.
And
it will
how
be
he is.
charisma plus notice.
Okay.
Robert, be a dear. Are they still looking at me?
They are, sir. In fact, I believe that these three are the people you were sent to counsel the queen about.
Well, why don't you just say that first? Damn it, man.
Well, I'm sorry, everyone's talking.
11.
11?
Yes, 11 notice.
Okay, so you were told in advance that this was a commoner. He is, in fact, wearing a robe that is torn and dirty. He is not in rags, but it's a raggedy-ass robe. You suspect maybe some sort of asceticism,
Yeah.
but he is clearly being summoned for counsel by the queen of this region. So
Yeah. There's just not much to. Yeah.
yeah, and you do also notice the guard, who is maybe just being polite, but is also treating him with more respect than you might expect for a commoner.
He is leading me, by the way.
Alrighty. Yep, that's
What,
it.
do I hear what he said to him about how we're supposed to be the?
Yeah, you can hear it. You're
You
right.
hear me smack my cane on the floor. The three of you believe that you're, the people that I'm supposed to be meeting with, so do me a favor. Follow me. Robert, you're dismissed. Thank you so much for your help. Somebody please guide me to the queen.
Eddie goes, "I'll guide you."
Pleasure.
So, how well do you know this?
Scars on your arm.
He's just feeling him up now.
Yeah, and I say, "By the way, my name's Eddie Bones."
Eddie Bones.
Eddie Bones.
Well, I have heard of you. It's a pleasure to meet you. Brother Briar.
Brother Briar.
Wait a minute. If you're Eddie Bones, let's see. One of you is Admiral Sally One-Eye.
That would be me, Brother Briar.
Well. It is a shiny day. Absolutely. Pleasure to meet you, Brother Briar, once more. And this third individual,
This is our teacher.
Hello.
teacher. Well, we need plenty of those.
I agree. Right now, I'm more of a learner,
what-
though.
Her name is also teacher, so it's a little
Yeah.
bit confusing, but
Absolutely.
The guards that are stationed at the door to the throne room will stop you guys.
Now, there's no need for that.
One of them will say, "Brother Briar, we know that you're welcome here, but we still are not permitted to let you in without express permission from the queen."
The queen asked for me. These three asked for her. As you can see, they are with me.
If
It
you'll
will be
just wait a
okay.
moment,
All
I'll
right.
check with Her Majesty. He goes inside. He's just gone a moment. He comes back.
I do respect the queen and all she does for Linormyr, but good God, does all the politics just become so nauseating.
I agree.
Have you encountered previous political regimes?
Too many.
Hmm.
I actually can't wait to take a break once we find time.
Well, I can hear that, and I just want to go back to my town.
You seem to know the queen pretty well.
She requests me every now and again for my particular skills.
What?
Skills might that be? You mentioned oracles.
Yes.
Is this like fortune telling?
If that's what you want to call it, then yes.
Do you use? We met an individual in the past where she used these tarot cards to tell the future.
Oh no.
You guys
I
are
don't
now
do-
being let into the throne room.
Okay.
Oh, thank you so much. I forget. You on rotation. What's your name one more time?
Bathy?
Bathy. Thank you so much. I'm gonna try to remember that.
Yeah. Please do,
Remember
'cause
your
I-
voice. You're a new one. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah. All right. You guys lead Corinthian into the room, and you see Queen Menalia stand up when he enters. He says,
Well, this better be good.
teacher, you really should address me more respectfully.
No, absolutely I should. Apologies. I was just in a meditative state when your guards grabbed me, so it was a little unnerving. You must... Well, I apologize.
She comes to you, she takes you from Eddie,
Thank
and you guys see her lead Corinthian over towards the throne. She snaps, and a guard brings a second chair and places it next to the throne for Corinthian to sit on.
Ooh, the good one. Oh, and you installed the comfortable plush. Thanks so much. My
Yes,
touch,
I
very thankful for
remember
that.
how much you disliked it earlier.
Yeah, it helped my back.
Oh, I'm sorry for that.
That's okay. This is much better. Now, who... I see that you have Eddie Bones here, one, Sally, one, Admiral Sally, one, as I've heard, and Teacher.
Hi.
Yes, they arrived in port today with their ship, the Wayfarer. It is... I'm assuming you haven't experienced it since you can't see, but it is the largest ship I have ever seen, and I've seen a lot. It is
I heard her bellowing from afar.
heavily damaged. They come telling me quite a tale about being in battle with dragons
Well, doggone it.
at low light.
Whoa! Low light, you say?
Yes, my betrothed, Annan Beck, has apparently named this Wayfarer his flagship, and Sally One Eye and her crew his navy.
Quinn, if I may, she is an admiral. Should we not call her by the title?
Well, I believe in order to be an admiral, you have to be in charge of more than one ship. And according to her, she has lost all of the others.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear of your loss.
Well, you know, when you're fighting dragons, loss is to be expected.
Just us being here is a blessing.
It's a blessing, absolutely. And we are blessed by your presence. Now, Queen, have we inspected this ship?
I have sent men. On my instructions, they were not to board without permission of whoever's in charge, but it is obviously heavily damaged. It can be seen from the shore.
Any scorch marks of any sort?
Some. The reason that I called you is that they are asking my help. They have told me that they are trying to restore Anon to the throne of Lowlight, and they have said that they can't tell me where he is right now.
Is this the Annenbeck?
Well, the third, yes. He was to be my husband. It didn't come to pass because of the murder of his father, for which I believe he was framed. And these people will tell you the same. However, their tale of dragons and Atheum Cabal and...
Can be a little far-fetched.
It's far-fetched indeed, and they have not yet answered where exactly King Anon is. So I seek your counsel on whether to aid them.
Absolutely. If you may permit me to ask a few questions, Admiral. Sorry, Captain, as you have lost ship. Where is King Anon?
At the moment, somewhere we cannot reach. Although he does
Mysterious.
communicate with us at times.
More mysterious. And his conversations to you, are these telepathic in any sense?
Well, I don't have telepathy. Not that I know of.
Well, not yourself, but if King Anon or King Beck is communicating with you, he must have some magical powers. Now, Queen, in any of the times that you've met him, has Anon, King Beck, exhibited any magical prowess?
No, I only spent a week with him years ago. I can tell you that he did not have any magic then, but rumor holds that he has developed some, possibly as a result of spending time with the Atheum Cabal, which his father allowed into the kingdom. They dwelt right in the palace of Lola. And when he did go on the run from them, one of them came with him. So it is rumored that he became a user of magic himself, although that may have been propaganda spread by the Cabal in order to delegitimize him in the eyes of the people.
Well, here's my understanding. A lot of rumors, folk tales coming in from pirates and sailors of sorts are typically true, as far-fetched as they may sound. Now, dragons is one that is admittedly newer. We haven't really heard much of that, but I'm willing to believe.
When you say the folk tales of sailors are typically true, what exactly do you mean by that?
Well, if you've heard such tales coming in from the West, vampires, werewolves, I look to...
I'm sorry, you do what?
My face turns to where the voice I've been hearing Eddie's voice.
Or my breathing, yeah.
Werewolves, those cursed of lycanthropy, zombies. These are all becoming more and more the norm with these sailors. Now, I think the only thing to do right now is take them by faith. Is there any way of proving that Anon Beck, the third, King Beck, has legitimized your company?
We have his letter of marque with us and his last verbal orders to go seek allies and to seek information for the dragons. There is a temple towards the west which we are seeking, which may provide. Yes.
Woo! Dangerous stuff there. Now,
Corinthian, you may recall me telling you that word came through from the Admiralty of the Allied Ecuadorian Navy that ships were to be sent to retake Lowlight, it having been conquered by an outside force. The Atheum Cabal was deemed to be such a force. I did send a ship. That ship has not returned, and according to Sally, it was destroyed along with most of the others sent by the Navy. So the question is, if they are telling the truth, how dangerous may it be to continue fighting?
dangerous, absolutely. And like I've always mentioned, we always strive to build a better community, and part of that collective is through the unionization of our surrounding neighbors.
If I may add, brother, I think what is most important here is that with the loss of these ships, we have to focus on rebuilding, because Lowlight is the first part of these dragons' plan. They will spread out and take over more land.
I hear you, absolutely. Now, paint me this picture, though. We fix up your ship. Then what?
We
seek
the
temple.
Yes, we seek the temple.
And you said out west, right?
Yes.
That's correct.
So you're leaving our company.
Yes, because we hope to find an answer to retrieve Anon from where we can't retrieve him.
And I kick you.
Then hopefully the temple might have some answers.
This is news to me. You can't retrieve him?
No, well, we're not quite sure where he is. But his last words to us were to go to this temple and to seek assistance or wisdom there.
Yes, he told me about this temple many months ago, and we held it off, and we hope to go to it now.
Here's something that I propose. I do believe you in your statement that there are dragons. Our company, as you've just heard, sent a ship and unfortunately did not come back. As your tale has provided, it is most likely destroyed. My proposal is we do fix up the ship. Now, being that you are leaving, what I can do is continue to spread this news of a potential threat to most of Ackland. In my leaving, of course, that it will be quite a heartbreaking thing for most to hear, but I trust that my followers, our followers, will be safe. They will hold the crate.
Peter, are you saying you want to go with them?
As a way to spread the news of what is occurring here, yes.
I know that you are respected in many lands, sir, but what am I to do without you here?
Preparations for war. If these things, and I understand we are short on a lot of things, war is expensive, but we've been preparing for this. Unity does not come easily. It will always be met with resistance. And part of that resistance are such things like dragons. Now, in order to establish more unity, we must seek other forces.
You know that I believe in unity. It is why I have entertained this conversation for so long. And I would hope that one day all of Acklador is united under one rule, as in the ancient empire that you speak of.
Yes.
But I am wary of sending you yourself out on this ship that sees such violent combat.
Teacher, Brother Briar, can you fight?
While I don't choose to, when push comes to shove, I'm good with what I have.
And what is that?
Luck.
I know Eddie does speak up again and says, I know it might be difficult to separate with him. But if you want true change, you have to take risk. Isn't that right, brother?
Absolutely. Those are very wise words. You are a very wise man.
But it's true, we don't really have guests aboard our ship. Everyone on the ship has a position and a role. You don't really have room for, let's say, non-workers or just observers.
I'm not just an observer.
And pardon my saying so, but on a ship that goes through the air and flies, your lack of sight might prove, let's say, a disability.
Well, if we cannot accommodate for these things, then unfortunately we cannot provide.
If I may, brother, she's gonna reach and take your cane from you. and she's going to look you in the eye, Sally, and then she's going to turn and try and hit Corinthian with the cane.
I stop it just in time.
Yeah,
How?
he catches it with his hand.
Wow. Objection partially removed.
This is my decision. Brother Briar, whose words I have trusted for many years, has chosen to believe you even to the extent that he is putting himself at risk to board your ship. I will repair your vessel and resupply you
Thank you.
on 2 conditions. 1, you take him with you and allow him to complete the mission he has just described, or at least to attempt it. And 2, you leave someone from your vessel here as safeguard against his return.
Mock.
Mock would do well.
Yes.
And who is this Mark?
He is my
Trustworthy companion?
yes. And
Apprentice.
he has sworn a life oath to me, and he will stay here until I return.
I've been teaching him to tie knots.
He's a most fell warrior, so he should.
And I will tell him to protect you at all costs.
We've almost got the rabbit going around the tree and coming through the loop. I think he'd do wonderful.
I know that one.
It's
Can I
a
make a
good
no
one.
check?
I'm sorry?
No check for Mock.
To see if you know Mock? That you can't possibly know who or what Mock is.
At least the name is unique.
You would know that without a roll, that it's a unique name, but Ermin are not
Legendary.
known.
Fair enough.
They're barely even legendary. The island that they're on, if you remember, the map doesn't have any rum lines going to it. Nobody goes there.
But yes, we will leave Mock in your care, and we will come back once the job is done.
I would like to meet with this Mark individual just to ensure that they are not a threat to the company of the Queen.
Oh,
If you agree to the conditions, then it is so ordered.
okay.
We agree.
Agreed.
Great.
All right.
And I pat the orb at my side.
Now, Annan has heard all of this from within the orb. What do you think he's thinking right now, without the ability to reply?
How did he stop that? That was incredible.
That sounds so cool.
Is he really blind? I go like this, but then recognize that I'm obviously not there, still getting accustomed to it. I'll try.
Yeah. So you guys are dismissed again. You know, she immediately dispatches people to start working on the ship and resupplying.
As they're leaving, I'll obviously catch up with them at the ship and repart those ways and just let the Queen know.
Yeah.
This is not to say that I don't have an ounce of distrust to the words that they are saying. Obviously, there's curiosity there. But I do believe in having faith in at least a lot of the rumors that are being thrown about in this world. I don't want to dismiss your hesitancy, and I apologize if that seemed in any way rude.
No, I did not think that was rude. I do find it... You know that I trust you. But I do find it difficult to credit the wild tales of sailors. You never hear such tales from inland. But people come back from the sea, they talk of krakens and zombies and deep ones. These things cannot be real.
It
It's
is.
you meet Mock.
It is the explorers who find.
It's just...
You're out
Oh,
of there.
I'm not there.
Not there.
I was gonna say, wait until you meet Mock.
I will, as soon as I can, send word of wherever I'm at. Think of it like a postcard of sorts. I say it in our language,
I
which basically means no.
I look forward to it.
All right,
And
back
I
to the back to
Yep.
the ship.
You guys are at the ship, or if you want, I assume you're going to the ship. You are free also to go into town or whatever.
Well, I'm gonna go to the ship and tell Mock his new duty to stay with what was her name?
Manalia, Queen Manalia.
Queen Manalia, and protect her at all costs.
Show me.
The Queen?
Yet all human women, same.
Okay. All right, come
Is
with
she one with one eye or two eyes?
two.
No, Mock, I'm not the queen. I'm teacher.
Oh,
Mock. Come with me. I'll show you.
And hear the
Okay.
tapping of my cane as I walk up to the ship.
and you catch a horrible smell as Mark comes down past you.
Well,
Hey, you no eyes.
and you have such a peculiar smell.
Oh, thanks. Since you can't fight anymore, do you want me to kill you?
Who are you?
Mark.
Ah, you're the fellow that's going to be taking care of the Queen in my absence. Now, Mark, walk with me a moment. Wait,
Eddie
there's someone
Bones.
else walking with you. Who are you?
It's me.
Oh, Eddie.
I'm actually gonna take Mock to the Queen.
If I might say, you do have some heavy footsteps.
Yeah.
It's just something that I'm recognizing.
Mine are heavier.
Nothing. My fellow, Eddie, I can lead him. I would like a private conversation with him, just to give it the run of the mill in regards to Linormyr and what to expect.
The problem is, brother, Mock is a very simple friend of mine. And honestly, anything you say to him, he will forget in the next hour or so.
My dear,
Eddie Bones always right.
my dear, I have met simpler men. I can take care of myself.
Even Mark know that not true.
Mark, you sounds like you come from a place of power, no?
Yes,
Would you say that you are the strongest?
Mark, strongest.
Oh,
Strongest Erman.
yes you are, yes you are. Now, would the strongest man please lead a blind, weak man and walk him down to that there castle?
You say you weak? You sure you not want die?
Oh, no.
He picked you up.
Eddie Bones, that will only be a moment.
Just say dangling from
starts
his
running.
arm.
Where go?
Keep, wait, hold on, put me down.
We're getting away from that.
Right,
You will somehow get Mock to the palace.
Yes.
Okay.
Teacher, what are you up to?
Just being carried in all your characters, right?
That's
Yep.
Oh, what am I up to?
Yes, what are you up
I'm going to just sort of take it upon myself automatically to sort of drift over and, without meaning to, take point on directing the people coming aboard the ship, the shipwrights, showing them kind of what I've done. I'm able to deliver a pretty succinct point by point, like, hey, here's everything that I've found that is wrong and everything that I've done to keep this ship moving.
Gertie is there, and she starts to talk to them, and then you start doing that, and she's just like, and she just sort of watches you for a while, and as you begin to direct the shipwrights, she says, we lost a lot of people in the battle. You clearly have some aptitude. Pending the captain's decision, I hereby appoint you the ship's carpenter.
Yay! I don't have to change my name to Carpenter, though, do I? I prefer to keep teacher.
No, it would be good if you had a name that wasn't a job title.
It
Like, my name's Green Gertie, but my job is bosun.
There are many cultures in the world where one's job is one's name.
I am not from those places, and you don't remember anything before like 3 days ago. So what?
I think it was a month.
It was almost a week actually.
Okay. How about? And I think back to what Eddie Bones called me. How about teach?
Okay.
You can imagine in your head that it is spelled perhaps with an I instead of an EA.
We speak a fictional language that has letters.
She might not even be able to read.
No, you listen. People should call you what you want to be called. If you want to be called teacher, that's fine. I'm just suggesting that you clearly have some memory problems. Maybe it's not your name. Maybe it's your function.
Gertie, you are a kind and true individual.
Definitely not.
I don't think that's true.
I'm a professional pirate.
I just pat Gertie gently on the...
I killed 4 men before I was 16.
I'm sure they had it coming.
One of them did for sure.
That's great.
And I walk off just sort of announcing, everyone can call me Teach if they prefer.
Sounds good.
Sally, what are you up to?
So after seeing that Gertie and the carpenter, our new carpenter, have things well in hand on the ship, and that the refit and the resupply is going well, I am going to go to a local tavern.
I knew it.
Yes, you are.
But
You are.
I knew it.
But I am going to see what kind of gossip I could pick up around our new passenger.
Okay.
Brother Breyer.
That's going to be a charisma plus connect.
I have no charisma, but I do have connect as my focus.
Okay.
Which means, but I have to be in a location for about a week. So, all right, let's just run and connect. That is a 10.
Ooh.
Good job.
You have a 10?
Mm-hmm.
1 second.
Sorry, I'm annoying Steve on Discord.
Yeah, so you cast a 10 on your connect roll, or you rolled a 10, I mean, and yeah, no problem. You hear all kinds of things about Corinthian Briar. He is considered to be sort of a local philosopher. Some people use the word like teacher, other people use like priest, but people who say priest tend to get corrected. What you gather is he is more of a philosopher than a religious leader. And he is respected by almost everyone. There are people here who don't necessarily count themselves among his followers, but they're not bad-mouthing him either.
So both the lowborn and the nobles seem to have high respect for him.
Yeah, you get a feeling of like a I'm trying to think of a generic way of saying this, but it is as though you went to the town where Mr. Rogers lives. Like everyone, everyone is just like, this dude is good. He's solid. He gives good advice. Some people are way more into him than others. He definitely has followers, but it's like he'll also be the first to tell you this is not a religion. It's just his way of being.
Do I get any sense of what his creed or his philosophy is from the people?
Yeah, you heard him and the Queen both discuss this concept of unity. And you hear that from the mouths of the common folk around here as well, that what he teaches is basically like unified humanity or unified peoples. He believes in fellowship and brotherhood, essentially.
It is called the Creed of Tekoa,
Mhm.
where the collective way of being is produced.
Collective way of being, yeah. And you know, a 10 is a pretty good roll, so I'll give you a little more. He does involve parables. One parable specifically that he uses. He tells people, and it has been for long enough that in this area it's kind of just believed that before recorded history, all people used to live together in a unified government system. Like he says, the ancient empire.
Interesting.
And it's essentially a Garden of Eden type concept, where he says everyone used to get along and work together until basically people turned their backs on unity and it all fell apart. And if we simply choose to, we can get back to that state.
Do I know where this creed possibly came from? Is it widespread? Would I have heard of it?
You would not have heard of it.
Okay, so is it pretty localized to Linormyr?
So far, yes. But you did also hear the Queen say that she knows he's respected elsewhere. So
Yes.
it may be starting to spread.
Okay. And that he's a brother, but is he the founder of this creed?
Nobody can answer that with certainty. He's certainly the most associated with it around here.
Gotcha. Okay, so I imagine I'm doing this as I'm playing cards.
There.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
it
you guys knew I was gonna have cards.
is. Who is Sally without gambling?
So, let's see. I say there's probably 10 gold in the pot. Can I roll to see if I win?
You put in 10?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, roll it. If I'll say, I don't remember exactly how I broke it down last time, but if you get between 5 and 15, you broke even.
Well, that's a luck roll.
That's a luck save. It's different. I need to know how much she won or lost. So 1 to 5, or 2 to 5, you're going to lose money. And then 16 to 19, you're going to win money. If you roll a 1, you lose all 10. And if you roll a 20, you're going to double it.
That is a 17.
Okay, so
Woohoo.
let's say,
I began.
yeah,
writing this
you
down.
get 15 out of your 10.
Yeah, so I have 25 gold now.
We need to rewatch this specific portion of it. I'm gonna write it down what you said. So anytime she goes and gambles again, you can just got it.
Reference it.
Fair enough.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's the same thing I did last time. Yeah. What else is going on?
I do want to have a conversation with Heron
Okay.
to see if he wants to stay here at port.
Yeah. If you don't want me on the ship anymore, this is as good a place as any.
No, I mean, Heron, my crew and I, we owe you a lot. You helped tremendously,
No, nobody owes me.
but I just don't know where this... Our night was wonderful, but I just don't know where it would go.
That's fair. Does that mean I have to leave the ship? I got on the ship because I thought it was a good opportunity to stand in the gap. And I was able to do so. I don't know how many opportunities I have to do that here.
You could keep an eye on Mock for us.
Mock is staying?
Mock is staying. He is being, in a sense, we are exchanging hostages with the Queen in, for repairs and refit, and we are taking aboard Brother Briar.
Sally,
Yes.
I don't want to question how you do things. But you know what the whole thing that I believe in is, right?
Yes.
So when you were asked to leave someone here to stand in the gap for this old blind man. You chose Mock?
Well, that was more of Eddie's choice. So, and I couldn't get, and since Eddie already volunteered Mock as his apprentice and is learning Eddie, I thought Eddie had something valuable to teach Mock. So,
okay, well, that's fine. I just, I don't know how. Mock's got a good heart, I think, probably. But I don't know that he is going to be the best at being a hostage.
Well, he's not. I guess hostage was a little bit too of a strong word. More of an exchange of gas.
It is at this moment that you're standing on the deck.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a scream from inland, and looking at the cobbled street in town, a huge wagon races by with no horses pulling it, but somehow just booking it on fire, smashes into a statue at the end of the block, and you see guards come running.
I'm sure that wasn't his fault.
You're so good.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on over there. Nothing to do with Mock, I'm sure. Oh dear. I wonder if Eddie's here. Eddie!
I don't think I'm there right now.
I'm not sure where Eddie went. You were going to take Mock to the Queen, but then Corinthian took
Yeah.
it, so we didn't establish where you went.
All right, so as I make my way over there.
I think I was finally gonna see if I can find a place to relax because I haven't got to relax in a long time.
That's good.
Mhm.
Good.
Like either like a spa or something.
Okay.
Well, the equivalent of a spa back then.
Okay, we're gonna
Bats.
go do that
Public
because
bats.
that sounds interesting. But
Yeah.
first, we're gonna cut back to Corinthian. You were being carried.
Mm-hmm.
You asked Mock to put you down.
Mm-hmm.
Please roll a luck save.
You did ask for it.
That is a 10, which I believe I passed.
Yeah, you should pass with that. So the luck save establishes that you are able to figure out where the hell you are when Mock puts you down.
Okay. Okay.
However, when you get to the palace and you introduce Mock, the guards do not wish to listen to you. You have brought a large hairy monster to the palace, and he is smelly and stupid, and they attack him. So those two guards are unconscious. You had already by this point indicated to Mock that the queen was in there. And so now he is attacking anyone that approaches the palace.
Is there a way for me to just actually probably not. He doesn't understand. He's dumb. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna do War Curse, my art.
Uh-oh.
That's,
Remind me what that does.
So I sense him. I'm able to sense him. He has -2 to all hit rolls.
Okay.
Damage and shock damage. They miss on any of their attacks, they're hitting themselves for normal damage.
Okay.
So I'm assuming this will end up compiling
Does this only apply when he's fighting you or anyone he's fighting?
anyone.
Okay. I'm going to roll... No, I'll have you roll it. Please roll a d10.
That's a 6.
Okay, so Mock has done 6 hit points worth of damage to himself every time he misses one of his attacks. By the time, Sally, you said you were going to go investigate the
Yeah.
noise, right? Okay. The wagon was because they were delivering goods to the palace.
Yep.
He freed the horses, who he saw as prisoners, and God knows how he started the fire, and then he shoved the wagon down the street. Is
Yeah.
what happened.
I'm gonna also, on top of that, do ill fate,
Okay.
which is another -1 to
Can
his
you
roll.
describe what these look like when you do them? Because we're kind of flavoring these as not magical or barely magical.
Yeah. So they're all comprised under my evil eye curse arts, which act as instant actions. They are not vocalized. These are not performed in any hand gestures. It is simply feeling him in the fact that everyone is connected.
Mm-hmm.
Through one sense or another. He mentioned strong footsteps, and I feel his movements. I sense him, his spirit. Try to tune into that. I tune into his wildness, and through that, in a lot of his movements to attack, I over exert those, so he's kind of ending. Not that he's not in control of where those punches land, but it's harder for him to kind of just like control exactly where they're going to. So he's hitting himself. Ill fate is another thing where I kind of just I'm starting to darken his soul a little, so he's feeling more. He's feeling heavier.
So Mock is.
By the way, if he rolls 4 or less on their attack roll, their plan goes to disastrously.
We're abstracting all of that,
Yes,
but
absolutely.
because I don't want to get into the combat scene.
Sure,
but
sure.
Mock is basically still alive as a function of the power of deterrent. He is so
Yes.
scary that not very many people are attacking him.
Mm-hmm.
But what you've done to him is made him terrible at fighting.
Yes.
So when he does hit, he's devastating, but he's missing a lot.
Yeah. When you arrive, you just see me on the steps leading into the castle behind me, just with
Yeah.
my cane in front of me.
And Mock is in front of you.
Yeah.
He is not attacking you. He sees you as one of the people he's protecting.
Mhm.
Well, if those aren't the sounds of footsteps from one Admiral, Sally won't I?
You stop!
Well, you're quite good, Brother Briar. Hello, Mock. Mock?
Oh, he's souring himself
You're the
out.
one with one eye, not the queen.
Yes, but I'm still Eddie's friend.
Eddie Bones is friend.
And you're my friend.
Yeah, and friend?
Yes. You know, when they said protect the queen, they didn't quite mean this. People still get to see her. Only when people are attacking the queen is when you stand an attack.
Wagon!
Wagon was not attacking the queen, Mock.
Wagon was food, my friend.
Where is Eddie? I thought Eddie was going to do the introduction, Brother Briar.
I needed to speak with Mr. Mark here by myself. To introduce him.
He
about the
says
whereabouts.
smart things, I think.
You know, he doesn't quite understand complex matters.
I'm
He's
starting
a
to
very
understand
simple. And I thought he would be a good. I mean, he is from a mythical island. I don't know if you know very much, but he's also proof of the queen's disbelief of tall tales from sailors.
Fascinating. And from one man that does not know much, according to you, what don't I know? Please illuminate.
Have you heard of Ermin?
Have I?
If you hit I'll say a 14 on a no intelligence check, then you've heard of her. But even then, only in legend. If you hit a 10, you've heard of gorillas.
11.
Okay, so you have not heard of Ermin, but if Heron has come with Sally. He's going to say, it's like a cross between a gorilla and a guy.
Strange folk, but thank you for telling me about this Mark character.
Yes, since there was some, what was it, doubt or skepticism on the Queen's behalf on our tall tales, this is Mock. He is not human. And he is a person we picked up who is apprenticed to Eddie Bones.
And he is a beautiful person indeed. I do ask that
and this is my friend Heron, by the way.
Heron.
Heron is in the process of taking blows from Mock on his shield.
And I'm like, Mock, stand down.
What?
You're the strongest Erman.
I know. Eddie Bones said protect Queen. Queen in this building.
This guy is not attacking the Queen.
Heron is actually not being attacked by Mock. He is jumping in front of attacks.
Who is Mock attacking right now?
The guards.
The guards.
I do ask that he does not attack any of these
If
gods.
you could ask the guards to all stand down for a moment,
They will not be doing that.
then your guards are going to...
Do you understand the concept of what a god is supposed to be doing?
Heron will actually turn to the guards. Now that he's taken several hits from Mock for them, he's going to say, guys, back up. Just back up and he'll stop.
I just nod to where they are.
So the guards will back up and Mock will stop.
I will say I would like to, while they're dealing with this, I was at the ship, I'm going to be helping the shipwrights put out the fire. And
Brilliant.
Okay.
I'll rush to the
Okay.
that's where
The fire wasn't on the ship.
No, of course not. But we all ran down off the plane to help put it out.
So Mock is for the moment stopped. We're going to cut over to Eddie. You have just gotten into a hot bath.
Oh,
Yes.
I found a spot.
Nice.
Yeah, there was one around.
Finally.
I mean, it's more of an inn, but they've made a hot bath for it.
Can it be hot
Finally.
pools, the ones that smell like eggs?
No.
High sulfur content.
So
Hot spring.
Hot springs, thank you.
Eddie breathes a heavy sigh because this is the first time that he's done this ever since, like, I don't know,
Episode 1
Yeah.
with
Crystal
Grace.
Shore.
Yeah.
Grace, or we haven't really had any downtime at all since the first episode. So.
Oh, that's not true. We've had plenty of downtime on the ship as it traveled.
Well, on the ship, yeah, but I mean downtime in a town.
You did in Earthstall.
How long were we in Earthstall?
You were in Earthstall for
For a little
10
bit.
days.
Yeah.
We were mostly working.
Not you personally, no. The ship repairs were happening.
Well, regardless, at this moment, Eddie is fully just want to relax because
Yeah.
the past weeks or so have just been crazy,
Yeah.
and he is still in a state of confusion because he doesn't know exactly what he should be doing. He knows he's gonna have to go to this temple in order to find a way to get Adam back, but after that, he's at a loss still because these dragons are a force that he does not know how he's going to deal with, and also he doesn't even know if Grace is okay. So he's just kind of just meditating for a second in the bath, and just trying to relax.
There's a knock on the door.
Door in my room.
Yep. Sir!
Say yes.
There's an emergency in the town.
Not my problem.
They're saying that you're the only one that can stop him.
Give me 10 minutes.
He's killing guards.
Give me 5 minutes.
What are you doing in there?
Trying to not go crazy.
So there's a gorilla man. He's fighting the town guard, the palace guard.
I do a roar in my wolf form,
Okay. Hold up the werewolf.
Yeah, hold up the werewolf name.
From inside the lady that you're with.
Give me 5 minutes.
Give him 5 minutes, George. Go away.
In 5 minutes, they might have killed him.
Eddie puts his head inside the water.
All right.
You can have 5 minutes.
I don't mean disrespect, obviously, about how you handle the situation. I just don't want any of my men, the Queen's men, to die. Death is no way to find true connection.
I'm Queen's man now.
You are, and part of that is by establishing yourself to be a more composed figure within this castle.
Mock, these are also Queen's Guard. They're not enemy.
No. Protect Queen. They have weapons.
They protect the Queen with
You
the
have weapons.
I don't need them though. I could kill them anyway.
That's true, but they need weapons to protect the Queen. They are like you. They guard the Queen.
Eddie Bones not say that.
Mock, they are not going to hurt the Queen. Stand down.
What that mean? You stand up. You sit down.
Right, sit down. Do not attack the guards
Merman not
anymore.
sit down.
You don't. No, please. Son, don't sit down. What you should be doing is standing right beside the Queen, still, waiting to see if anyone should attack her. And if anyone does, with a weapon, approaching her not to protect her, but to kill her, that's when you step in.
Step into what?
To protect the Queen. To save her.
Already save her. None of them get in.
You have cost her a great deal of money with a lot of how you are composing yourself.
Money.
Currency.
Like, here we go.
Ooh, Mock have bad feeling about this lesson.
It is a rough one indeed.
Alright, at this point, Eddie will start walking towards the palace.
At this point, we have put out the fire, and we are, in fact, shaking hands with the grateful villagers who are like, wow, that was really fast.
Yeah. So Eddie, you will arrive in a few moments. Teacher, the villagers actually had a fire brigade,
Of course, yes.
which they were forming up already when you guys came to help. The leader of the fire brigade is a halfling woman who comes up to you. Thank you so much for your help.
Of course.
What's your name?
I'm Teach.
Are you from? You guys are from the ship?
Yes, we are.
Oh, I'm the leader of the fire brigade. I'd ask you to join, but you're probably going to leave.
What's your name?
Barty Trufane.
Barty. Trufane.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you. You too. We appreciate your help so much.
Of course. Pleasure to meet you, random person who has nothing to do with anything.
Eddie, you erupt.
At the couch.
Love.
There's Mark. Eddie Bones. Oh, thank Throck you're here.
I say, good job, Mock.
Thanks. Never met Queen, but he points to like a pile of unconscious guards. Fortunately, he has not killed anyone.
Yeah.
He points to a pile of unconscious guards, says, protect her from these guys.
And I say, good job, Mock.
Eddie Bones.
Now let's go see the Queen.
Brother Bones, I do want to draw your attention that this is not the way.
This is why you should have let me handle it, but you wanted to give it a shot, so I gave it to you.
Now, I feel some animosity here, and I don't feel like that is...
No animosity, just plain facts.
Just facts.
The voice carries tones.
Heron will speak up. He's just exhausted, covered in sweat and blood. Eddie, listen, I think he's right. Why don't you guys just leave me here instead of Mock?
I don't know. Mock did a pretty good job, though.
Well, at something, sure.
I mean, if something comes to the queen, he'll definitely protect her.
Well, I guess the queen could decide. What do you think, Brother Briar?
I think Heron is the best option.
Well, since you have the ear of the queen, I'm sure she will accept it. Brother Heron, Brother Heron. Heron, do you mind staying in the gap?
It's literally my entire belief system.
I just didn't want to impose because
Yeah,
we've only
we're not
known each
gonna
other a
force you.
short time.
We're not going to force you.
Well, no, but you're putting me off the ship anyway. You may as well just let me be the one that helps the queen.
You are a very noble man.
The noblest, and he's so shiny. Well, not quite so much now, but
I am a follower of the golden armor.
Fascinating one.
Yes. Thank you. I hear good things about you too.
Well, all right. I'll break it to Mock.
While you do that, Heron, if you may walk.
Do not break, Mock.
What? I don't mean break.
Strongest furman.
Oh, yes, you are.
No.
I just wanted to let you know that you did such a great job that I changed my mind. You're going to stay with me.
Eat it, Heron.
Heron, if you don't mind walking with me so I can introduce you to the castle in all its glory.
although you did see what a fell warrior Mock was, right? I mean, not see, but hear.
I'll see the joke, yes.
That's what we call a joke.
No
Uh,
offense.
Yeah. So you go in, and you can introduce Heron to the queen. That goes fine. She asks for an explanation about Mock. She could hear that whole thing. She obviously didn't come out because what the fuck?
It's better that you don't know this one. Trust me. It was not pretty sounding. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So, it's gonna be... I think it's gonna be a good 2 weeks before the ship is fully repaired and restocked. So, we are going to go into a sort of accelerated time for that. What do you guys want to be doing other than assisting with the repairs?
I do take a day to introduce Heron to everything. Make sure he's got the right of it before leaving the castle to join you guys fully. Sorry that my mind is so preoccupied with it.
I'm going to do a callback to the first town we were in, the first other town we were in before this.
Okay.
And I'm going to do my combo of hiring a bard, scribe, and an artist. And we're going to give them the updated tale of Eddie Bones.
And the dragons.
Up until this point with the dragons, of how great Eddie Bones is. And also mention Nakashi a lot so we can help grow her following. So
you'll find that everyone is welcome. Every religion is welcome.
Sweet. So I'm going to hire the bard, the scribe, and the artist to just go to town and start telling the great tale of Eddie Bones, the fighter of dragons, and also the follower of Nakashi.
Okay. Please roll a connect.
Let's see, it's...
Are you just telling them yourself, or did you say you're hiring a bard?
Well, I'm hiring the bard and the scribe, and they're going to work together to make an updated... Because up until this point, people have known Eddie from that first bard at the first place.
Yeah,
But
and
now-
they knew you a little bit before that, too.
Yeah, but now this is going to be an updated version of that scribe
Okay.
and of the whole thing.
So roll connect, and I'll give you a +2. Charisma plus connect +2.
Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can I take 1 coin for 10?
Can I assist?
Sure.
I would like to. Teacher does want to go with Eddie to see this.
If she assists, you can roll one more and drop the lowest.
Sweet. Nice. So I'll drop that 2. So instead of that, it's... So instead of 9,
You're gonna
10,
add
11,
2
12.
more, yeah.
It's 12 now.
Yeah,
okay,
12.
so that teacher is able to come and give more specific details on exactly what happened since she's been around at any rate, and help the scribe with his writing, which she's very good at.
Sorry.
What?
It's like ChatGPT joke. Sorry.
I wasn't thinking of that, but okay.
Everybody
I'm just thinking of
knows
the fact
AIs
that you
are wonderful at creating
are
original, creative.
functional.
Oh
Yeah,
my
teacher.
gosh.
Yes.
Let's not. So it's going to work, but it's going to
Sweet.
take longer than the amount of time that you're here for word to really spread. But yeah, the story is written and it is being performed.
And it's updated now.
Yeah.
So now it includes a lot of the stuff from... And Eddie does mention... But he's kind of vague, though. He doesn't want to exactly say everything. But he
Sure.
does mention the dragons. He mentions... was it Greybeard or Blackbeard?
Greybeard.
Greybeard. He mentions the sword of Greybeard, the treasure. He mentions uppercutting that T-Rex, if you remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that did happen.
Well, no, you sneak attacked the T-Rex.
Oh, yeah, from above.
Yeah.
From
Even
above.
better.
Right, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Uppercut was a whole different campaign.
Sorry, the uppercut was a
That was the
worm.
purple worm.
Yeah, that was the worm.
Different character.
But that did happen too.
Yes.
And well, basically anything majorly heroic that happened,
Sure.
he included it in the story that the bard will sing. So
You
And this
mentioned.
goes- Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I just
No.
tangent. You mentioned Blackbeard by accident. Blackbeard was a real guy, and I just realized his real name was Edward Teach.
Yeah.
oh, okay, all right.
That's funny.
History lesson to you.
Yeah. Anyway,
So
yeah.
I don't think you can tell me if I got any new Nakashi followers.
Not with the bard. Roll me another connect, and this time just charisma plus connect. Or you could do pray if that's better for you.
Then it's better.
Okay.
You want to help me on that one?
Charisma plus
I don't
pray.
actually know. I'm gonna.
Yeah, no one else follows Nakashi around.
Yeah.
Not as good, but that health, my prey is better. So 4, 5. This one's just gonna be 8.
8. So roll me a d8, and that's how many Nakashi converts you get.
4, nice.
Pretty good.
Look
And
better.
it is assisted by the fact that probably Corinthian Briar is positive on Nakashi. She's the goddess of healing. Why not?
Nice.
So yeah, that's where we're going to take our break for 10 minutes. We're going to come back. But before we go, I just want to say that Barty Truefane invites Teach
Yes.
and her friends to have a drink later in the tavern.
After this week.
No, it's actually the same night. It's the
Yes.
same night. So who are your friends that you're bringing?
I would say I definitely invite the two of you, and I take Anne and Beck and put them in my bag.
Okay, you guys going
and
drinking with Teach and Barty?
Because
Sure.
and I will invite Gertie, of course.
Oh, Gertie.
and-
Yeah, Gertie will come.
Yeah, I'll invite Gertie. I will consider inviting Mock. Think about it, and then say, use that 18 wisdom score of mine. Say,
Yeah.
you know, I don't
Oh.
think he'd be comfortable,
Oh,
and just decline to mention it to him.
sorry, one more thing. Is there like any kind of like mailing system between cities?
It would be ships, which
Yeah.
is new.
Yeah.
They don't have like carrier pigeons equivalent?
No, not really.
There is something I would, when we come back from break, there is something I'd like to pick up.
Well,
with
yeah,
Eddie Bell.
you guys keep
There's
trying to
a
add
reason,
things. I'm
but
just trying to put a little stinger on before we go to
Fine.
break.
Yep.
But
But yes.
yeah, so you guys go to dinner with this leader of the fire brigade, and at this point, it is when Eddie and Sally and Gertie learn that her name is Truefane. So we are going to go to break on that, and we'll come back in 10 minutes. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Thank you.
We'll see you
back.
soon. And welcome back.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Here we are to tell you all about Trufane.
Trufang.
So yes, as a reminder for any of our viewers who haven't seen Matt in a while,
And also as a reminder to Ellen.
Trufane is, well, we already reminded Alan. Trufane is the last name of Matt's character, currently trapped in a stone. But you knew him at first as Renly Trufane the Halfling. The Halfling turned out to be the familiar of his fox. You thought it was the other way around. You thought the fox was familiar.
Oh, you're so smart.
Turns out the fox. All right.
It's not, no, that was directed towards Matt. Like, I hope Matt sees this.
Matt's working 14-hour days. He's not going to see this.
Good.
But
Fuck you.
you learned
on, Matt.
later that the fox was actually named Asarius Trufane. Renly, I imagine you thought Renly was only a Trufane because it was a fox's name. But here you are having drinks with a halfling named Barty Trufane.
Barty Trufane.
Wait, did you say your name was Trufane?
Wait, did she say Barty Trufane?
She said it to teacher earlier, yes.
Yes, she said.
And during the drinks, it will
She
have
said that it's perhaps a little too loud in here. Perhaps you've spent too much time in loud taverns and your hearing has been impacted.
Quite possibly true.
I say.
Do you know the name Trufane?
Yeah, you wouldn't happen to know of an Asarius or Renly by any chance?
I don't know any Renly.
But you know Asarius?
Insight check.
Sorry, I misspoke. She will have said, I don't know any Asarius, but I heard of Renly.
From where?
It's a long story.
Well, we got time. Cheers.
Cheers!
Cheers.
Me stuck in a stone.
Why do you ask?
Well,
We traveled with a Trufane
yes. we
for a
traveled-
little bit.
Yeah. We have not seen him in for a while, but
He was
a very dear friend.
You traveled with Renly?
A Renly Trufane. Yes.
and his fox, Asarius.
Is
He's using our name.
Using name as in like maybe he's a relative of yours?
yeah, is he like your brother or something?
Renly? No.
Father?
There was a time
Cousin?
when I addressed him as uncle,
Uh-huh. I was getting
but
to
he
that.
is not a blood relation.
And yet you have the last name.
Or he has the last name.
That's why I was a little surprised. He was just known as Renly of the Fox, we called him. My grandmother had a fox. Or maybe it's more correct to say the fox had her whole life, since she was a young child. There was a legend here in this area, a folktale, you might say, of a white fox that lived forever. It was believed to be magical. It would survive absurd dangers and always run away. One day, it was taken into our family. And my grandmother, a little girl at the time, adopted it as her pet, I guess you would say. After some time, some decades, this new halfling, not of our family, appeared and claimed to speak for the fox. We had been calling him Jinoku, but he said to call him Renly. He said to call both of them Renly.
I'm with you. It's very confusing.
You saw them together.
Yes.
Where? They left after grandmother died.
To my knowledge, they were in low light. They were with the young king, or the new king, Annenbeck III.
Didn't he kill his father?
No, that was a frame-up job by the Athean Cabal, which
What?
turned out to be wizards of a high order who turned out to be dragons.
We've come
A long way.
a
Poor
long
woman.
way. Yeah.
That's what happened to the ship. Pointing towards
Wizard
where
dragons?
it is. Yes.
Yeah, I also
Listen,
thought it was stupid.
I know that I told you like a little family story and it sounds a little far-fetched. You don't have to make fun of me.
No, we're not.
It was your family name that triggered our
Conversation.
yeah.
We never knew where he went.
Well, it's definitely
We don't know where he went, but we know where he ended up as well. And I believe he was protecting the young king at the time when we met up with him. And then we became travel companions. Unfortunately, we were separated at the battle for Lowlight.
yes. We hope to see him again soon.
It feels like he's
Interesting.
still here with us.
Yes.
We
If only he could hear us now.
Fuck you, dude.
I'm sure our friend Annan, if he was here and if he could listen in on this conversation, would love to have met the family of Renly.
Two of you know.
Well, it's-
I'm here.
interesting that he went and protected this other young person. When he was here, he never really got as close with anyone as he was with my grandmother. We think that when she died, we thought of him as part of the family, you understand? Even though he was an animal and this halfling that we don't know where the halfling came from. But we were halflings, and you know, he was nice and he was good to Jinoku, and so we allowed him to stay. But when grandmother died, it gradually started to seem like he wasn't so much part of the family anymore. I think it may have had something to do with Empyrean showing up. He seemed to not like it for some reason, and one day he just up and left, not so much as a goodbye.
Sorry, the what show?
Empyrean, the unity teaching of Brother Briar and his friends.
Was it Brother Briar himself or a predecessor? It must that brought the teaching here.
Well, I think Brother Briar was the first one. It would have been 25 years ago, maybe?
Wow. Well, We believe the fox, Jinoka, we said?
Jinoku.
Jinoku is still...
That was his name when he was kind of a legendary creature. Like he was like a cryptid for a long time until we finally found him injured, and he turned out to be real. And then he lived almost 100 years with my grandmother before leaving. Where Renly came from, we don't know. But he was harmless.
Well, we believe he's closely tied to Jinoku, and we believe they're both alive, even though we are quite separated and unable to reach him at the moment, as he was captured by the dragons.
Captured by... Jinoku was captured by dragons?
Well, no, Renly was.
Well, Renly was nothing but a voice for Jinoku, or so.
Oh,
he always
you
said.
knew about that?
I just told you a whole story about that.
No, I thought you said they were two different people.
They were.
So, Jinoku's fine.
Is he captured by dragons, or isn't he? They captured only Renly? Is that what you're saying?
They captured Renly.
And Jinoku.
Alan, I don't know if you're misremembering, but that isn't what happened. They captured the fox.
Which I thought was Renly.
No, Renly is the name of the halfling.
Yeah.
The fox is Asarius, but she's calling him Jinoku.
Oh, but she said they were both the name.
Yeah, so what she's telling you is they used to call the fox Jinoku until Renly suddenly appeared and insisted that they were both Renly, essentially.
Yes.
Yes. From what we learned, that the one that was Renly was actually the voice of Jinoku, intricately intertwined in ways I do not quite understand, as I am not a magic user. But yes, Jinoku the fox was captured by dragons, imprisoned, we believe, alive, if you care for the news.
It makes you feel anything that we are right now on a quest to free him from these dragons. We're just trying to find a way to fight these dragons.
You're trying to free
Inside the
Jinoku
throne, I'm like, leave
from
this
dragons right
old
now?
woman alone.
Well, we can't fight the dragons yet because they're way too powerful. So we're trying to find a means to.
Well, if there's one thing that we know about Jinoku, he'll survive.
Yeah, but I don't know about us though.
So we learned. Well, is there anything else you could tell us about the early days of Jinoku, or what he was like, or any interests he had? If he displayed any unusual abilities besides survivability?
No. He was... You have to understand, by the time I was born, he'd been with us, with our family, for years and years. But the elders say that before that, he was kind of a legend, folklore. Just a local sort of white fox that people would sometimes see. And there was always only one, and he'd been around for hundreds and hundreds of years, as long as anyone had written records or could remember. And I think it's mostly because he was so old that people say he can't die. I mean, I never saw him. He obviously came to our family because he was in a trap. He was hurt. He could get hurt. But then he outlived my grandmother, who took him in when she was a young child and lived to be over 100 herself.
What was the name of your grandmother?
I just called her grandmother.
But it was her last name was Trufang.
Yeah, that's our family name.
Okay.
Grandma Truthing.
And have you always lived in Linormyr?
Oh yes, our whole family's been here for God knows how long.
Well, when we find the fox, we'll definitely bring him back here. Just to say a little reunion.
If he wants to come back, that's okay with us. To be honest, I think we've kind of moved on, but I wasn't expecting to hear of him from out-of-towners. Listen, if you're really off to help Jinoku and Rinley, I'd love to help if I can. Is there anything? I don't know what my humble family can give to a powerful warship, but is there anything that we could do?
Do you have knowledge of any ancient texts or ancient lands?
No, I'm the first of my family to live here in town. The rest, they're up north. They're homesteaders.
Did your grandma keep any kind of diary or journal of her days with Jinoku, like the early days?
Well, there are some books that I think she wrote in. I've never read them.
I would love to see those. There might be some clues that could help us in our journey.
Okay. Let me see what I can do. You guys are going to be here a while?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll head home tomorrow and we'll see what we can do.
Well, it was a pleasure meeting you, Fire Brigade Chief Truthing.
Thanks. You can just call me Barney.
That's good, because I can't remember her first name. Too drunk.
Okay. What is you, Corinthian, doing?
I'm making nice with the crew.
Okay.
Hear that they're leaving. Yeah. Trying to get to know everyone's names. I'm paying attention to their breath, the way that they move, their footsteps, to get acquainted with, piecing together who is who and their operation within the ship. So if I hear the squealing of wood up above, I know that X and Y is up there. That's one of the things. The other thing is letting a lot of my the people that I live in the commune with know that I will be leaving for a little bit. They hold to the creed of Tekoa. There is no need for panic or worry of my my departure. I do say, because I do have folk friend, I am seen as a helper. I can gain favors from commoners in exchange for an oracle. So if there's anyone that wants to take me up on that, a favor that I will ask that for them is to watch over Heron and to welcome him into the commune, and to speak to him as we have spoken to those who are apart from the true community.
I do actually, on the second day, because the first day was a little eventful, but the second day I do approach you and say, Brother Briar, I wish to request an oracle and place my order in 24 hours in advance.
Wow. That's good. You have a keen ear.
Thank you.
Now, I can absolutely do this. What is it that you are trying to ascertain in your own life?
Well, oh, very many things. What is the power of your oracle? Does it see the past, the present, the future?
I can see, well, mostly people ask me about the future, whether or not they'll get with someone, for instance. A lot of horny folks about. I'm curious if they will be rich, if they put their money on a certain person, for instance. You know, a lot of selfish ambitions, but
But you can see the past as well, and the present.
depends on what the question is. Is something that I will need to, you know.
So is that how it works? I ask you one question, and in 24 hours you give me the answer.
It will take a day for me to do my ritual to ascertain what the question or the answer to your question is.
I see.
Yeah, and just, you know, to think about it this way, every time you do this, it takes an entire day of your life. That's a day you can't spend on anything else. So, you know, you may have other clients.
Yeah.
Or other things to do.
An interesting dilemma, because I have two questions. One
Try to
for-
condense it into one.
The text of this art, petitioner asks about the outcome of a particular course of action.
Ah. Oh, okay, so this is just for the...
You're looking at Deliver Oracle?
Yeah, isn't that what we're talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I have to ask about the future.
Yes.
Okay.
It looks
No, it doesn't say future. It does say the petitioner asks about the outcome of a particular course of action. If this course of action was in the past and you just don't know the outcome of it, I would still allow that.
Okay.
I explained this to you.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's peculiar, understandably.
Brother Briar, perhaps you can counsel me. I have two questions. One is concerning would be for the benefit of myself, and the other would be for the benefit of a friend. I do not know which question to ask to benefit my friend, is the problem. I think I must ask for myself for right now and continue to approach.
As is the case, take your time with...
Yes, thank you. I apologize. I do not mean to waste your time.
You are not.
can you-
Here for all of you.
Where do you get this power from? I heard you mention a god.
No.
Or, no, they called it the Imperium?
True unity is what we aspire to.
What does that mean? I have...
That means all of us are working towards a collective.
That is interesting. And is that... I have seen good things come from unity, but I have also seen bad things come.
See, and that's the thing. Most of what has happened before was the absence of unity. When people began to put their needs above the others, this was the beginning of a fracturing. The beginning of the absence of what connects us all. Now, in regards to the issues of the unities that you have seen in your life, it is because it was all led by selfish ambitions. Look at this community here, and I kind of nod towards all of Linormyr. We all work as a collective. We all work to benefit each other.
That is good, but what do you do when the needs of the one find you are at odds with the needs of the many? How is that tension resolved?
People have communities within communities. If the one needs help they have those to uplift them. Us as a whole focus in on providing for one another in a larger context. But we are sure to establish people within a deeper context, within their own smaller fragments of those communities. But it's all to establish the whole. Think of your body parts. They are all individuals. But when connected to every other part, it makes the whole.
See. An interesting metaphor. Brother Briar, this is my question. When I find a major transportation hub, what will be the outcome of that action?
I will get back to you on that one.
I will see you in 24 hours.
Well, this might be for tomorrow. I'm still getting used to the layout of the
sir.
ship.
Of course. I will see you then.
Please, you
at
can.
any time of your choosing. I appreciate your efforts.
If it's easier for you, you can just call me Corinthian.
Thank you. You may call me Teach.
That I will teach.
Thank you.
So, the way this art works, I make a secret roll to see if to see how direct the oracle is for Corinthian's answer. I have made that roll.
With my, do you want my magic
I
and
have
wisdom?
your sheet.
Copy that.
So, do you want to hear it now, or do you want to do something else first?
Yeah, let's hear it now.
You spend the day in ritual. Where would you like to perform this ritual? Do you have a home here, or do you want to do it on board somewhere?
Right now I feel, since we're still landlocked, or not landlocked, but on land, I will definitely go to my commune, to where I have my home.
Yeah.
And yeah, make myself cozy, drink a little tea. I do ask that those within the tent to leave, as I will be doing the ritual, and then yeah, spend the day just doing that.
All right. So you perform the ritual. It takes you not 24 hours, but it takes you the whole daytime hours of the day. A lot of incense is burned, candles are placed, meditation is performed, and at the end of it, some words come to you. Bonds are broken. Upward they go. War in the heavens.
Sheesh. Okay. Probably nighttime. When we're all back at the ship eating together, I enter, led by one of the sailors, pirates. Thank you, dear. Green Gertie, was it?
No, that was my friend.
Oh, apologies. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I will come over and take your arm.
Thank you. What are we having here? It's fish. Sorry, I'm really hungry. Spent the whole day.
Of course, take your time, please.
To answer the question of what you asked in regards to transportation hub, unfortunately, it wasn't as clear as I would have liked. It's somewhat easier to get answers to. But this one was, bones are broken, upward they go. War in the heavens. I'm not entirely sure if that means anything particularly to you, but that is what I got.
I think Teach, why don't you roll
a no check?
Yeah, we'll call no, and you can use wisdom for this.
I was also going to ask if I can go ahead and use one of my my arts cognitive boost. Commit processing, 3 points of processing as an on turn to automatically succeed at any no skill check if
Yep.
success is at all possible.
Okay, so
Nice.
then yeah, you'll auto succeed. This means more to you than it does to Corinthian
Yes.
because he is not aware that the Wayfarer can fly. Bonds are broken speaks to you, who probably has a greater instinctive understanding of scientific matters than others, of breaking the bonds of gravity. Bonds are broken, upward they go. You have also heard Eddie talk about the Archons having left this world and gone up into space. So war in the heavens
Yeah, we're
is
going.
fairly clear to you. You find a transportation hub. If you believe this guy, if you find a transportation hub, there will be war in the heavens.
Oh. Well.
I will say, is this is if a course is taken, not.
Well, I do believe that much of the future can be. Here's a little thought experiment. Now that you know this information, whatever course of actions that you then pursue will be to, well, make this come true. If you have never knew of this here, fortune, it might have never come true.
You're saying that by asking the question, I have locked in the answer. I cannot deviate from this now. This is my
No, there's
destiny.
always deviations, but typically, from what I've seen, people pursue this, yes, as you called it, destiny, towards something. Because they want to pursue it. They want it. Again, those ambitions that you have. Be wary of those ambitions. Sometimes they may lead to situations that are a little, well, unfriendly.
War in the heavens.
Well, in the case of your particular question, it seems so.
Thank you, Corinthian.
We're going to go away from you guys, and we'll head over to Sally and Eddie. A couple of days after your conversation with Barty, she returns with a couple of leather-bound books.
Oh, nice to see you.
Oh, thank you, Barty. And I handed them over to Eddie, seeing as I can't read.
Those were my grandmother's. I am going to want to take them back, but I've brought them for you to look at.
Yeah, of course. I'm not gonna take these from you.
Yeah.
I just would like to look through while I'm here. You know.
Okay, I looked through a little bit. I didn't understand all of it, but it does just kind of seem to be a diary.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll let you take
Okay.
them. She
How
just
ma-
asks you not to leave port with them.
Yeah. How many books? Two.
Two books about like this one.
Okay. All right. I start going through and trying to find the earliest passages about.
Okay.
About,
you can easily
you know.
tell which of these books comes before the other. One of them is much older. Now this is 100-and-something-year-old woman, and she only filled 2 books, so obviously she wasn't writing every day. But you do find some from early childhood, clearly before she had the fox, but flipping ahead, you actually find the page where she first mentions Jinoku. She says, Daddy found Jinoku caught in a trap. He's real. And he was hurt. Daddy brought him home, and I'm feeding him now. Hey, Deltron. It goes on like that as she sort of builds a relationship with this fox. She keeps calling Jinoku. Her friends, she writes about her friends coming over and neighbors coming over because people don't believe that Jinoku's real and they've captured him. You kind of get this is all from the perspective of a very young girl, of course, but you kind of get the impression that it's as though somebody caught Bigfoot and then Bigfoot stayed at their house. Like that's what this is.
Feels like more of a Mothman to me, but
Oh my gosh.
Sure, Mothman.
Horrifying.
yeah.
Is there anything that you're looking for specifically?
Does it say where the father caught Jinoku?
No, not specifically, but you were told that the family lives and has always lived many miles north of town. It took her a couple days to get there and back to get this stuff for you. So probably what you discern from reading is that father was out hunting, so he was somewhere in the forest. It could be anywhere. Excuse me. And from the information that she told you, and you could have asked around and heard this from others as well, Jinoku is said to be elusive. It's like seeing a unicorn. It's always going to be in the woods somewhere, but there's not like one spot. As far as they know.
Any illustrations?
Yeah, she probably drew pictures. But again, it's a little girl just drawing a picture of her fox. So.
Anything helpful in there, you think, Eddie?
Nothing standing out yet. Anything talking about like did the fox talk to them?
No. The fox couldn't talk until Rinley appeared and claimed to be the voice of the fox.
What did Rinley
say?
say?
I was waiting for it.
What did the fox? Oh, it took me a second to process it.
What did Rinley say to them when he first started talking?
So, this book says something that Barty did not tell you. I'm going to have you roll to see if you find the right page. Let's call it... What's a good check for reading? I guess notice and intelligence. But it's not going to be that hard because you've got plenty of time. So we'll say with an 8 you get this.
I can help you.
Oh yeah, you can't help me.
Can't read.
I can help you with
Corinthian.
Corinthian can't read.
I will actually. I will help you if you like. Assistant ally. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would definitely be curious about this book.
Ooh.
Oh!
Hey, look.
Wow.
What is it?
Perfect score.
Triple sixes.
Yeah, I think he finds
On
the
2d6
page.
you got 18. That's impossible.
Yeah.
Find the page.
That's the first time I've ever done that.
Yeah. So that's a great
wild.
role for research. This is...
You helped me out a lot.
Yeah. Incredible stuff. You find a page that describes Rinley's appearance from nowhere. Heidi, the little girl, was the only halfling, the only person in the room the first time Asarius summoned Renly as a familiar. And what Renly told her was that he wasn't a real person, that he was just a body that Jinoku had made for himself, and that he wanted to be called Renly now. and he thanked her for taking care of him and said he loved her. And that he said she'd reminded him how to think. And because he could think, he eventually thought himself up a new body, and that was Renly. And from then on, Renly went everywhere with the fox.
Origin story.
Okay. Well, now I know more about how his journey started. That's good.
We don't know more about how to help Renly. But, so, I want to do a couple things. Ship's business first, because I don't know how many crew, like who I can recruit. And then the second thing, I guess more information on any strange temples or lands. Because otherwise my plan, I think, is just to go straight towards Bronze Gate as the outermost edge of where we know.
So you're trying to recruit townsfolk or sailors who are in port? Yeah. Go ahead and do connect or convince. No, this would have to be connect. You could also choose to do sail, but you'll have to add charisma regardless.
If you talk to Brother Briar, he can probably help you out.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm also thinking, because this is a Wayfarer, new crew, do we need to have a new charter, or...
Well, you don't have to rewrite the charter, but they will all have to sign it.
Yeah.
Right, we're a pirate crew. I'm not sure if I want to bring Brother Briar into our nefariousness yet.
Yeah, at this time, you are technically privateers, but you're still operating under that charter. Yeah.
I rolled a 9, plus my connect is a 10.
Okay.
Nice.
And then if I have my cell, that's a 12.
So, with the captain herself out recruiting and the ship in port extremely impressive, and the queen ordering aid to repair the ship, and Corinthian Briar, the local respected wise man, vouching for you guys, you easily refill your crew. I believe I said it was cut down to half during the dragon battle. Whatever that number was, you can double it. You're back to full strength.
Okay, that would be 500 crewmen.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's a huge ship.
Yeah, it is
Massive.
massive.
You've seen it.
Oh, okay.
Massive.
Well,
This is the size of a regular ship.
All right.
sorry. What land was the champion from again?
You know what? It actually has never come up, but I'm going to say that it is out of Crystal Shore.
Because
Because
if it's on the way, I would love to stop by there just to see if Grace is okay.
We could put feelers out. I think, depending on how much food we have, we might be able to stop by and do a resupply at Crystal Shore.
Yeah, I'm going to bring up the map since we're talking about destinations. Oop. Still got Corinthian's face up there. There's a map. Okay, so you guys are here at Linormyr. You sailed past most of this stuff on the way here. Crystal Shore is there. And we mentioned Valcorna earlier, that's there. So between 0 and 1 you went that way, and then you kind of just came back.
Just did a huge
all
loop.
this, yeah. So you originally set out west, and then you went way south and way east instead, and then ended up fighting dragons. So yeah, if you want to go to the champion's home port, it is going to be Crystal Shore.
So it's Crystal Shore.
Yeah.
Okay. And where's the temple?
Again, you guys do not know.
We don't
The
know
temple
the
is
specific-
all you know is it is outside the Gray Sea and to the west.
Yeah, so that was my second,
We
my
didn't know
second
what
thing.
we don't know what the temple is at all. I
No,
thought
we
we
don't.
had a.
That's what they were
You'd
looking
never know.
That's what we're
for.
looking for, but
You guys have
never
tried
got-
many times
yeah.
to find out. You've never known.
So I told
Didn't
Eddie that, my idea is to go to Bronze Gate as the outermost port of what we know, and maybe we could pick up some information there until we sail onwards with that map you found.
Yeah, the only information that was found at Crystal Shore, I think this is what you're thinking of, but all it said was it's west past the gates, which
Yeah.
would be Bronze Gate and Mud Gate. Bronze
Ca-
Gate, Mud Gate.
Captain, is there no way we can check with the champion before we leave?
I think we might have to do a resupply at Crystal Shore, or we might have to do a resupply in the middle to get to Bronze Gate.
If I might
And
add something here.
you will probably have to resupply a couple times.
Yeah. Part of my being here is to spread the news of the dragon attacks, not just to carry your mission to this temple. So having multiple stops is something that is a priority here.
Okay.
That's fine.
How much supplies would we get for our next thing then? Because then I want to pick up a side job. Because we're gonna need currency.
Yeah.
So
That
maybe
many
like
people,
carry
yes.
supplies or cargo if we don't find any
Well,
orc ships to.
The queen here will give you as many supplies as she can spare. You and I can do the math on that later, because it's not gonna fill the ship's hold completely because that would probably bankrupt the town. But yeah, we'll look at that at a later time.
But point noted, you're right. We
Yeah.
probably should make a couple stops for you to do your news carrying.
As far as that goes, you guys are aware, at least Eddie and Sally are aware, that the Acladorian Admiralty has some secret means of communicating long distances, but only between each other. This came up earlier in the campaign when you guys were defending Earthstall.
Yeah.
That they are able to send messages quickly between ports amongst the Admiralty, but you don't know how it is done. So in terms of spreading the word about dragon attacks, that may already be happening.
There is a rapid communications method. That, do you know? Is it magic in nature, or?
That I do not know. If we had a contact in the Navy, Eddie Bones is true friend, true love,
True love, friend.
My
true
partner.
love.
If I can. So your true love
Well-
works for the Navy, and you're operating under piracy. Is that correct?
Currently privateers.
Privateers. Correction, Admiral. Sorry. How does that work?
Well, she always did say she had a thing for bad boys.
Shut
Nerds.
Well, that sounds
That's
completely
the idea in the D&D game.
difficult to keep up, but that's your own private life.
Well,
If
let's just say we all have our interests.
Oh,
Brother.
For sure.
But I do care for her very, very much. I would like to make sure she's okay because she was in the battle with us with the dragons, and she made it out.
Maybe we could visit the local Navy and see if they have any news of the champion out of Grace Bonnie, Eddie, here in port.
Is there a local navy?
Yeah, I mean they have their own, and they sent a ship to help you
Yeah.
guys at the battle.
Yeah, let's check that out. I would love that.
And then she's in. Maybe we could pick her up or visit her if she's around, if she's nearby.
We'll see what they say.
So what are you gonna ask them? Where is the champion?
Yeah, where's the champion and is Grace okay?
So they're. Who's gonna do the talking?
They're here in this town. There's a Navy outpost. We haven't left yet, have we?
No, you're
No.
not allowed to.
Okay.
Well, I guess we could ask brother to do the talking, right?
Mm.
Now, what exactly am I asking?
Mhm.
About your girl, your true love,
Partner.
Well, news
Oh.
of the champion and news of its captain, Grace Bonnie.
Grace Bone.
To see if she's okay. To see if her ship's alright.
Okay. You can do the talking.
Yeah.
That's probably a good idea. However, it won't help in terms of getting the getting information on military troop movements out of the military. It's not going to work. But I'll let you do a roll to see if you can at least find out from them if Grace Bonnie's okay.
Can I help him?
Yes.
So
you have a feature that helps you with this, right?
I have, yeah. I'm gonna get +1 to this.
Okay. Yeah, so this will be convince and charisma with your +1.
That is. Oh, but with your help, so. Sorry, new character. I'm still figuring out all the
Always.
bits and bops.
Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't apply. This is the one. Okay, so that's better. 9, 11.
11. Yeah. So they will tell you that what you already know, which is the champion headed west after the battle. Where to, you don't know. Their latest information, and they share this with you in the manner of like, we're not supposed to say even this, but it doesn't actually tell you anything dangerous, and we know you're a good dude. Grace Bonnie is alive and well. She is still the captain of the champion. Where the champion is, they won't tell you.
Yeah. Completely understandable. Thank you so much.
And also, this is information that the group already knows, but just as a reminder, Grace Bonnie herself does not know what these means of communication are. She knows they exist, but even as the captain of the flagship, she does not know how the Admiralty sends these messages.
She's alive.
Good.
No, we could also maybe ask some of like the sailors who or around port if anyone has seen the champion. If news, I don't know if news would have traveled that fast.
Is the champion Grace Bonnie's ship?
That's correct.
That's correct. Yes.
Just making sure. Everybody has a lot of names here.
Lot they do.
Yes.
What?
We were asking if.
Well, I don't know if
Ask
you
the
still,
sailors.
if we want to ask around port.
Yeah, if did Grace's ship pass by here?
Oh no, that you know already.
Okay.
She didn't come this way.
All right. Well, I would still like to check Crystal Shore in the future, just in case she's there.
Yeah.
So noted.
Just to
Your plan is
to let her know that I'm okay. So
Yeah. If your plan is to sail out of the Gray Sea to the west, just to reiterate, you guys are here at Linormyr.
Yeah.
You're going to be sailing the entire length
Wait,
of the Gray Sea
but
in order to get to
But
Bronze.
can't we just fly over land?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could, I guess, but
Yeah.
if you want to stop at these ports, you've got to be.
But that could cut some time because we could fly over land right there.
If you are going straight,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're still going to be over water most of the time because your only destination is Bronze Gate.
No, I think we should go straight over land from Linormyr to either Swarwell or Crystal Shore if we can make it to Crystal Shore, and then from Crystal Shore to Bronze Gate.
So you want to head to Swarkwell first and then Crystal Shore?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can definitely fly over land that way.
Yeah. Yeah, we might as well utilize the flying of the ship. So
Yeah, that can be done.
So-
But what my point was going to be, if you're flying, whether you go over land for some of it or not, you're flying the entire length of the Gray Sea,
Right.
the west. If the champion's there, you're as likely to run into her as anything. Like I said, her home port is Crystal Shore. You don't know if that's where she is or if that's where she'll still be when you get there.
Because that's also a very far place from where the battle
Happened because
Yeah.
I assume the champion's probably limping its way back somehow.
Yeah.
hey, it doesn't hurt to check.
Yeah, there's no problem with checking. So, it's going to be, to an extent, a matter of luck whether you run into them.
Yeah.
Because if they get home and repair, they may be out on
She
patrol.
always said I was lucky.
She said a lot of things about you.
Oh yeah.
But okay, so can I use my connected focus if I've been here a week to find maybe some person who might know a person who would know where our temple would be? Because I doubt we'd find anyone in Linormyr.
No, there's nobody here who knows where some ancient temple. Like, you guys literally
Or-
don't even have the name of this temple.
Or like an information broker that
There's-
a contact that they would have from like a
There's no
different
like,
port.
there's no like some famous library that we can go to.
There are two guys who were in your group who knew anything at all about this temple, and they're
Yes.
both trapped in Bindstones right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
Yeah.
I would like to try once again to hack into Bindstone.
Okay, give me a
With-
roll.
I'm
Maybe.
First, I am going to.
Welcome back, Annan.
Hi.
This is going to be a day where I am going to commit processing for the day to to augment cognition, and I boost my. After sitting and thinking about things for a little bit, I have boosted my intelligence attribute up to 18, and so I now have a +2 to my processing.
Yes, you
roll.
do.
Outstanding.
Okay.
Wow.
That's how I beat it last time. All right. Okay, that is a 1 and a 6. So that's a 7 plus 2 is a 9.
Spend some points.
And can I?
Well, you have succeeded.
All right.
I am rolling opposed to you.
Oh.
Okay.
So I told you before you're opposed. I meant actively, and you have
Yep.
you have beaten your opponent in this instance.
Damn.
Well done.
So, what you learn is that basically it already was encrypted information in this database. The encryption key changed, which changes the hash codes for everything
Of course.
from whatever they were to
Everything.
something else. It's essentially like the key to a code, and the key changed.
Yeah.
I know what we could ask the Oracle for.
But yeah, so what now you know that you can hear what Annan says, or you can read what Annan says. But he doesn't know that until you tell him.
Oh God, I'm so
Hello?
bored.
Hi, you're back. I'm sorry you're
Oh,
bored.
thank you. Please never leave me again.
I'll try not to. I don't think I can really promise that, though.
Goodness, I'm just so bored.
I can imagine so. That sounds absolutely terrible. To
And you
be
keep
in.
me in places where it's just constantly dark.
Well, I put you where I assumed I put you back in the middle of the lab, like on a pedestal.
Oh, I do appreciate
But I
that.
guess I forgot to leave the lights on or something.
Well,
but-
candle lights, you know.
Yeah, well, I don't leave a candle burning unattended on a ship. That's not very smart. It's not very wise. But I'll see if I can find another option. Maybe Would you rather be carried around?
Yes, I
more?
would like to see things.
Okay, you got it.
Thank you.
We'll take turns carrying you around, and I'm sure no one will find that suspicious at all. So how are you feeling? How do you think things are going?
From what I hear, absolutely insane. That true fame thing really threw me for a loop.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and Ilnir hasn't returned yet from the field.
Yeah.
Ilnir? Who's Ilnir?
It's familiar.
Not familiar, Ilnir. A play on Renly, if you will.
Okay.
Yeah, I was still waiting for a
You have a
response.
fox too, or a halfling?
Not a halfling. No. A fox, yes.
So the fox had a familiar that was a halfling, and you're a human who has a familiar that's a fox.
I'm a god.
You're-
Yes.
You're a what? Was I aware of that before this point?
No.
You're a what?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, let me find some ways to get some mental stimulation. I think you have been in there too long.
Give it to me.
All right, well, here's a concern. You were all talking about when the gentleman with the tentacly face came through.
Hey, yes.
He was talking about a situation where something called destiny
Yes.
that was trying to link minds together in, shall we say, unity. I don't think you were there when I had my conversation. See, there's this person, Brother Briar.
The one, yes. He's the one that caught the staff.
Yes. He has some interesting things to say about his goal being the unity of all people. You see where I might be going with this.
I do, yes.
How does one... You asked me if I was an agent of destiny when or rather Captain One-Eyed, Admiral One-Eye did.
Well, we all did.
How does one find out?
Ooh, well, I typically sing a song.
That's going to be challenging.
I know, it
I
sounds
don't think I
ridiculous.
I don't think I can get this set to play music.
That would be
That
cool.
might
Just
be-
imagine one day where there's a device that can like produce music, like aloud, and you could just play something aloud.
Oh, yeah, imagine that. What would you say? But yes, perhaps. Can you think of any? Perhaps you can consider any other method. I am concerned.
I don't know. From my understanding, people are already united. There's a third, 2/3 of the world that are already established under destiny. Destiny can just jump from one mind to the other. There's already a connection there. That being said, I don't know. I don't trust anyone. I didn't trust you until I had visions of. I understood you.
Yes.
I don't think you can be corrupted, being that you, no offense, are not human.
I would not assume that. I am different, but I am still a cognitive being.
Right.
I would not assume that I am immune. It would be nice if I am, but can you explain to me what exactly is it that destiny is? Is destiny a god? Is it an archon? Is it a demigod? Is it a... I'm a little
Destiny
fuzzy.
is, from my understanding, something that Asarius created. It took on a mind of its own to eliminate all gods. But then it became corrupted. I think it saw... I'm not entirely sure what it saw. But in every interaction that we've had with it, it seemed to want to either kill or eliminate or get rid of power structures. Right now, I think its target is the youngest sister of death. I believe it's Ngapu Eteal, or Nawa Tayal, or the Death Maiden.
Nawa Tayal, the Death Maiden. And is that, when you say the younger sister of death, is Nautayal?
Nawa.
Nautayal? Nautayal, is she a god?
Yes, she is, well, a deity. I believe she is like a core deity. Not like me, where I'm a god, but there's like different caste systems. But she became a powerful deity through some shenanigans, as is my understanding. So she was once human and is now corruptible. That being said, Brother Briar might be one of those people that is corrupted. But I also don't know. I don't know anything from within here. I've never had a litmus test that was beside my gifts. And using my gifts ended up putting me in here. I believe if I try to use it, one, it's negated. That I know for sure, but two, even if I had the ability to, I feel it would be worse. So thus I'm stuck. Yeah, I don't know. I have heard political structures try to push for this idea of community, like communism, I believe it is.
Yes.
It could be that also. I don't know.
Interesting. Well, I'll just, whoop, in the bag, and let's go for a walk.
Oh, thank you.
And off we go. All right.
You want to set sail?
Well, howdy. I'm back.
You guys leaving port?
Oh, side job.
What kind of side? You want to get a side job here?
Yeah, cargo.
Roll. Give a trade skill. I'll let
Do I
you
have a
fail for
trade?
this if you don't.
I don't have a trade skill.
Okay. Then yeah, roll sail plus charisma, and if you hit 10 or higher, there's a decent job transporting cargo the direction that you're going.
Oh.
I do not
Oh.
make it. Here's
No.
my first one of the evening.
Linormyr is a self-contained kingdom, but it's a small one. It's out of the way. A lot of the navy's been disrupted. There's just nothing here right now that's going west. Nothing of significance.
No smuggle jobs either, I suppose.
We've already kind of drained the economic and all the manpower off the top of the town.
We'll probably find something on the way.
Right, alright. Onwards. Upwards and onwards.
I flinch slightly.
I will make my my gifts available to the lot of you all. If you do require a question to be asked, there's a day that I need to take, but
How do your oracular powers work, Brother Briar?
it is a gift.
Is it teachable? Because I met this really great soothsayer named Lucinda back in Crystal Shore, and she was amazing.
Oh, you know
I
what?
mean, the things she could tell you about your past,
Yes,
your
yes.
present, your future, man.
Yes.
And she told us to protect or beware of the boy, and she was so right.
Lucinda, yes, she was under my tutelage for quite some time.
Really? But she's an
No, I'm
old
fucking
lady.
with you. There is no Lucinda under my tutelage. This skill particularly cannot be taught. I'm not a charlatan.
She wasn't a charlatan.
Was she using means to make your destiny known?
What kind of questions can you answer again?
I can answer questions that will. What was the specific
You have to
phrase?
ask about the outcome of a specific course of action.
Outcome of us. Yeah.
And then the answer, you will get an answer, but depending on a secret roll that I make,
Yeah.
it might be hopelessly vague or perfectly obvious or anywhere in between.
That's is that what you say to me?
Yeah. Outcome of an action.
I say it. Oh man, that's interesting because I can do something similar.
I did get the feeling that you were wise in your own way.
Like, I can probably see into the immediate future, and I don't need to wait. I can do it right now.
I will say that a lot of what is already out there in terms of people using these different ways to perceive the future are all either very short-term or extremely vague. My gifts will allow for potentially a whole scene, a vision, if I am lucky. Otherwise, it's like a riddle.
Is there maybe you can ask me something and I can tell you?
So, let's see. I don't actually want to. I don't actually want to know. I can't get away from British accents. Howdy.
Well, I do say.
I don't want to see into my own future.
Oh, so you never curious to see what's going to happen tomorrow?
I'm here right now.
Damn.
Tomorrow will happen, and I will experience it as I do.
Well, I do have some ability of my own, so if I'm here if you want it.
I appreciate that.
It's quite good, Eddie Bones, but I guess I have a question. I wouldn't mind seeing how your arachnoid powers work. You said
I will say it's
course
quite
of
boring.
actions, outcome of the course. So we are sailing towards our next port. Will it be a safe one, or will there be danger?
Yeah, will it be safe sails?
Yes.
Remind me, which port specifically are you heading to on this leg of the journey?
How much do
We're across land to...
do we have enough to get directly to Crystal Shore?
No.
Then,
Well, no, you'll need to probably refill water.
then probably Swarkwell.
Swarkwell, okay.
Yeah, cross overland to Swarkwell.
So you're asking what will happen if you go straight to Swarkwell?
Give me roughly about 8 hours, and I will get back to you.
All right. Appreciate that, Brother Briar. You don't charge for your predictions or oracles, do you?
No, just simply, how do they call it? Vibes.
And they're always right.
Yes,
I can see why you're so popular.
they're always correct.
Hey, Edward, in the chat.
Hey.
Edward in the YouTube chat and Roland Familia in the Twitch chat. Welcome to both you guys.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, so I spend 8 hours trying to ascertain the answer to that.
Yeah, so,
Um,
hold on, I'm going to answer that.
well,
You have to, you spend the 8 hours, and you get a full vision of what will happen if you head straight to Swarkwell. It's hard for you to sort of separate this from things that you probably want, Corinthian, because what happens is that you see the sky, or you see from up in the sky on the Wayfarer. You see basically not through Sally's eyes, but from where Sally would be standing. You see the deck, you see the ship, you see colors, you see the open sky, you see the land and the sea below, and you see a person flying straight towards the deck from in front. Erratically. It looks like a person, it's vaguely person-shaped, but as it gets closer, there are wings, feathers, blue feathers. It collapses onto the deck of the Wayfarer, exhausted, breathing heavy, bleeding from some wounds. It is a 5.5 foot tall bird person. And that's your vision. And now, Eddie, what were you going to do?
well, I was gonna ask him permission right before he went to go do his meditation. If I could just be in the room as he's doing it.
Absolutely. It's quite boring, I will admit. Many people have attempted to sit in on this ritual, but it's all a mental state.
I would like to join as well. I'd love to see it.
Absolutely. Come and join me. I will say that while I am in this state, please do not touch me, as it's particularly jarring if I do get a vision. I was born with sight and only became blind through, well, I don't quite remember, but it's a little fuzzy. Either way, but I get to see again with those visions, and it's tough. It's tough.
So, well, Eddie says, well, don't worry, I wasn't planning to.
So I meditate, and when I see the vision, you see that the red blindfold kind kind of sogs up before like you see tears kind of running down his eyes.
So while he's doing his meditation for the vision, Eddie will try to ask the same question but with his powers and see if maybe it mixes in with what he's doing.
Okay.
So it's like I'm trying to heighten my abilities with him in the room.
So your question, what specifically is your question that you're asking?
Well, I can see up to a day into the future.
Right, and you know enough.
Oh, this.
You know enough in advance to know that traveling to Swerkwell takes more than a day. So how do you frame the question?
I just say, I say, will I can't say what name. Will our travel have any unexpected surprises in the next 48 hours?
Well, your ability only lets you see up to a day, so 48 hours you won't get the answer for. However, I will say,
and as I'm meditating, I'm trying to.
You're trying to.
I'm trying to connect with him. Yeah. Because maybe this might heighten my abilities somehow.
Yeah, it's interesting because you guys have different limitations on this ability. Eddie's only limitation is he can only see up to a minute, and it can only be up to a day in advance. Whereas you don't have any time-based limitations, but I have to do a roll to see how clear the answer is.
Yeah. So I'm not trying to mimic him per se, but I am back with him and trying just to focus. Because I still don't quite understand how this ability works, but I'm trying to learn.
I'm going to say, Eddie, roll a magic intelligence check.
If you guys don't mind.
Go ahead.
If you guys don't mind, it does say here, we can spend 5 coins to succeed a skill check. Automatically.
But you have to do it before rolling.
Before rolling, so... If we just spend 5, it would be really cool, I think. And we just got a lot. I would hate to do all this.
Everyone has to approve. It has to be unanimous.
Yeah. I would hate to do this and it not succeed.
How important or necessary is it, though?
I don't know.
For like the success of the mission, or
We're fighting dragons. I don't.
Yeah.
know if
This could... Learning whatever could happen now might actually help Eddie like understand his ability better. That's the only thing I want to know, basically. And that could help us in the future, because with his help now, maybe we can work together and get a better focus of what could happen in the future.
Can I have the book, Sarah?
Because if this succeeds, maybe, I don't know for sure, but maybe this could help us build a bond in our future seeing powers.
I'm all for trying it, but I don't think this is I don't know that this is 5 coin.
I mean, we have, but let me count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 coins.
My thing is, if let's say we're trying to talk to a NPC who might know about the location of this temple, and we roll terribly, the coins stack.
The thing is, with this roll, I'm spending 5 to make it an automatic success before the roll. That's the cheese here, because if you roll, then you can't do the automatic 5 coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I don't think you're going to
don't
get all
know.
3 of them to agree.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Sorry.
It sounds like a no on that one.
Yeah.
So just do the roll, magic plus intelligence.
Okay.
Let the fates decide.
Let's decide. Roll them bones.
Roll that. Eddie Bones, roll them bones.
Yep.
Sorry, what was it again?
Magic plus intelligence. 2d6 plus magic plus intelligence.
So this is going to be a +1, because my magic is 0.
go.
6,
An 8.
7, 8,
Yeah.
9. And what you said was the target?
I didn't.
Wait. Can I spend one
One
coin to make
coin.
a 10?
Yes.
I would say yes to one
Okay.
coin.
Yes.
All right.
Eddie Bones, you see the exact same thing that he saw, but you see it through your own perspective because you are also going to be on deck when this Birdman crashes into it. Additionally, I need you to roll, now that you've passed that roll, I need you to roll something else to see if this in any way boosts your powers, because so far this is already within the realm of what your powers can do. I want to see if you in any way boost your powers by connecting with him like you described. So this will be, let me see, what is the best thing? I'm going to say magic again, but instead of intelligence, this is going to be charisma.
Sorry, go ahead. Do your thing.
Can I say that maybe the brother is helping me with this check because it's magic?
Unfortunately, no, because you did not talk to him
Yeah.
about it before, and now he's in a meditative state.
All right.
Unfortunately, I can't. I have something I'm going to do, but I don't think I can provide you any assistance
No
with
one can
magic.
help. There's no valid argument for help.
I will ask before this roll if I could do 5 coins, but that's up to you guys.
No,
No.
But why'd you say no?
because it's obvious that they're going to say.
I mean,
no.
it wasn't 100%.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, if one of us says no, that's
Yeah, only one of
Yeah.
them has to say no. Yeah,
right, fine.
yeah, I see.
And you,
Magic charisma.
so unfortunately, that will make it even worse because my magic is 0 and my charisma is 0.
Okay.
So this is just going to be a straight roll.
Yep. Just 2d6.
And
Hey, you're trying something way out of the box here.
yep.
that's fine.
Props for it, but it's going to be hard.
So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. Straight. Can I spend 1 coin to make it 8, guys?
8 is the baseline success in this game.
You've been spending a lot of coins.
Or you spend a lot of coins just on. Yeah.
No,
spent
I've
one
only
coin.
spent 1.
You spent one earlier.
No,
He's only spent 1 coin.
only one.
today.
Only 1 coin.
All of you have only spent 1 coin today.
Yeah.
And I remind you, I gave you guys like 4 or 5 coins right off the bat.
Yeah, we still have
Yeah.
like,
All right,
like
one more
11
coin.
coins.
Alright,
One more
alright.
coin.
Yeah, you guys are
We're stingy, aren't
You're
we?
being stingy.
No,
All right.
with 11 coins.
I understand saying no to the 5, but this is the stingiest you guys have ever been about the coins.
I mean,
Yeah, come on.
wow.
Eddie Bones. Your Oracle ability increases by 1 level. You can now see up to a week in advance.
Thank you.
Mark that down as level 2.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Thank you. Now I can see into a week.
You can't feel it.
All right.
You don't know what he did.
But can
Nice.
you tell me if anything happens to me to
So-
make me know that this happens?
Yeah, so what the first roll was you trying to employ your magic to see anything. And what it did was just by sort of like feeling in the sort of environment with the magical skills that you have, you got the sense that you needed to activate your healer's eye. Doing that allowed you to tap into a magical aura emanating from Corinthian. And with him already sort of tapping into this oracular power, these abilities both contain the word oracle in the name, by the way. You're tapping into a similar power. You see him doing it, and basically, like a little piece of what he's doing breaks off into you. Not like shatters, breaks off,
Yeah.
but more like a stream of water, and part of it is diverted into you, and then it just kind of takes root, and you feel this power that you can't define, you've never been able to understand, increases. And you don't get a vision from it right now, but you can tell that it is stronger than it was.
And I don't feel this.
And
You don't.
Okay.
and since that happens, it boosts a week, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's now a week instead of a day. It's still
pretty
only a
good.
1 minute period of time, though.
Okay.
But one more thing, we're going to see
Yes.
what teacher wanted to do, and then we're going to end for the night.
I want to roll while this is happening, and both of these men are doing their thing, meditating, summoning and seeing into the future. I just want to roll a notice check to see if I can perceive anything that's happening right now. Because I am remembering what Abraxiel said about magic mixed with technology.
Ooh.
I want to see if there's any part of this. I can't see magic as far as I'm aware, but
Right.
is any of this lighting
any
up
of
my
this tech?
senses?
No roll necessary. None of it is technological.
Okay.
You do not see anything here that you could tap into in that way.
Got it. Can I roll a notice check just to see if I do see anything of interest in when I watch these two do their thing?
No, because even if you roll perfectly, I don't know what to tell you you'd see. Like, you see two guys sitting there doing magic.
It's like I said, it's quite boring.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, he did some ritual before he sat down to meditate. There was like,
I mean,
incense
you
and
probably
charcoal.
notice after we're done that Eddie has a new sense of like accomplishment or something.
Yeah, Eddie
Yeah.
also is not out as long as Corinthian is.
Yeah.
Eddie
Well-
only takes a second.
And then I will just, as Corinthian is doing his ritual, I will make a very careful mental note of everything he's doing, and keep it sort of filed away for cross-referencing purposes against anything I have seen or will see in
Yeah.
Asarius's library.
Oh, cool. A lot of what you see, aside from the incense, to get me into that meditative state, I touch my forehead, go down and across my eyes and into my ears, and then finish off with my lips, just to get all 5 senses into that respective meditative, assembly.
Interesting.
Eddie just goes into a prayer like stance.
It's not like writing or drawing symbols or anything.
No, none of that.
So at the end of it, you guys have both seen this vision of this Birdman crashing to the deck. Do you tell Sally? Of course, she's the one who asked the question.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, the next day, all of you are on deck when it happens.
Yeah.
This blue-feathered bird person crashes into the deck unconscious.
Well,
We're prepared for this.
yeah. I was gonna say, do we discuss maybe catching him before he crashes into the deck?
We have the ship's doctor
That would
prepped and ready to go.
potentially change the course of whatever this individual is trying to tell us. So rather than catch him, I would say let the vision play out the way that it's meant to.
All right.
Yeah, in the vision, he is not dead after crashing.
Okay.
You guys both know that.
I will heal him though, for sure.
Great, but we're gonna let him crash, and that's where we're gonna end
All right.
tonight's session. Next
Yay.
week, episode 37, we'll find out who the heck this is. What?
And
the
we
heck
just
Who
leveled
are
up.
you?
Did we?
Did we? We're level 9?
Level 9. baby.
Woohoo!
I mean, you could ask me how many XP you get first, but yeah, it's gonna be 3.
Well, it's open.
Good night, everyone. Tomorrow night, not extra, but special time
That's one
for
of
the Tales from the Backlog show. It's supposed to be Monday. This week it's Saturday. So we'll see you then. And then on Monday, Mouse Ritter. Good night, everyone.
Good
Good night.
Thanks
Thanks for
so
watching.
much for watching.
And happy birthday to Steve.
Happy
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you. It was yesterday, but thank you anyway. We're still on.
Dang it.